1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Well, good morning. Hey, you. Hey, you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody okay from the storm? That was some wind. It's very windy.
Yeah. Hatches were battened down, so fine.
Was it? It was like for a little bit.
Pretty windy yesterday.
Couple hours yesterday.
Really?
Oh,
Yesterday
yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah, I had a whole, this like rolly thing outside in my little gazebo that holds all, it's just a catch-all. Here's some old remotes, a pipe, a jar, some cleaning
So your
spray.
backpack.
It kind of like a backpack, but a rolly thing with a bottle opener on the side, and it's like wicker. And that blew over.
Yeah.
That blew over. We will rebuild.
Heavens to Betsy.
Heavens to Betsy is right.
Yeah.
You could hear it.
Very much so.
We got some snow.
Oh.
Got some snow up in the foothills. Finally, first of the season. Jason, we go to a live camera here, which only shows the top of the little things. Look at that snow. That's right now.
That's cool.
Yeah, a little bit of snow right there. Very excited. So I got this hair up last night and I did something. I was like, this sounds, I don't know why. I have this hankering to do this. I had about an hour before bed. We'd eaten dinner. We watched the Thunder Celtics game and I had nothing. And I was like, hey, you know what I'm going to do? It's raining outside. I'm going to go in the spa.
Oh.
I'm going to go in the spa. I'm going to do something like, when you're a kid, you don't care about getting wet and you're already wet in the spa anyways. Yeah. I'm going to go out in the spa. I'm going to sit in the spa in the rain. That's a kind of a cool freewheeling thing to do. I'd go outside. I brought a little, one of them Safeway plastic bags to put my towel in and stuff so it would be dry when I got out.
Hopefully you clean that Safeway bag out.
God bless Safeway bags. And I got in the spa, and, it was awesome for 30 seconds.
And then
here's the thing: when you're in a hot spa and it's raining outside, the rain is really annoying on your face. And I didn't think that through. Like, I just thought it'd be something kind of free-spirity to do. I can just sit in there and I'm thinking I'm in the hot spa. The rain's going to hit my face, but I don't care. I'm not too old to do this. This is going to be a blast. And then I get in there.
With or without trunks?
Everyone's still awake. I still got the trunks on. But I get in, and like I said, for like 30 seconds, it was cool. While I'm situating myself. And then I put my head back on the little pad, little pillow thingy, and I'm, and then I'm like,
And that was so much colder than the
very much colder. Yeah. So it's like these little spikes of cold pellets landing on different parts of my face. And I don't know, it wasn't like pouring, but it was raining. And it's like, I don't know where the next droplet's going to hit. So that was also like, if it was just a steady flow on my forehead, that would be one thing. But like, it was just like, here's an eyeball, here's a chin, here's an ear.
Yeah.
So I stayed in there for maybe 5 minutes. And the only reason I didn't get out earlier was because I committed to the bit by going, and now it's like, now I got to get out and try to, and walk through the cold rain to the gazebo where I have some shelter so I can begin to dry off before I slork. That's the sound my little sandals make into the house. I get back in, and it was fine by the time I put my nighty nights on. I'm all sweats and hoodie, but kind of a failure. Kind of a failed
You
thing.
sound like you were not happy with this decision at the end.
It was just a lot. You know what? It's like you
had built it up to be something pretty cool.
I had built it up. I was in a great state of mind. I was feeling good, and I go out there, and it was like. And
so
again,
you won't do it again now.
I don't think I will. I think I'm done with that.
And nobody was like, "Let's go. I'm coming with you."
I didn't ask.
Oh.
I wasn't interested.
What if you wait for a steadier rain and then try it again?
It's still. Now, if I had a cover, like if I had a little gazebo
that's
over
perfect.
the spa and I'm in the spa while the rain's hitting, that's pretty awesome. But I like in the summertime, well, not summer, but like spring and fall, I like being able to sit in there and look up at the stars.
Yeah.
I put a little TV on the side of the house so you can see from the pool, but I can move it. So sometimes I'll get in there, I'll watch a ball game or something. It's just my time.
Mm-hmm.
So occasionally, the wife comes out to join me, which is super nice of her. Also, sometimes it's like look, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be a D-bag here. I love my wife. And I love spending time with her. And more often than not, she's my road dog. We hang out.
Man, you and dogs.
But yeah, I know.
Sometimes you just want to make your own bubbles.
That's exactly right. Sometimes it's my time. I was playing that video game last night. She came out. She had a little glass of wine. She came out, sat on the couch out in the garage with me. I'm playing my little Legend of Zelda game. And she was into it. She's like watching, like, oh, what do you do there? And it was super cute, right? But also part of me is like,
I died there because you're sitting next to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I want to throw the controller.
I've got performance issues here now. I've got all this pressure on me, and I forgot to use my glider, Anyways. Guys, I will tell you, I wanted to do something nice today since Chris did. And Jason, I just want to, damn it, did I already erase it? I did something I wanted to do something. I'm sorry, but there we go. Would you just mind reading the subject line of the very top email?
Amazon.com?
Yeah. And what does it say underneath it?
Order confirmed.
Yeah, one item. So I just want you to know it's not just radio stuff. I ordered a whole. We keep running out of Tupperware.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you call it now? Even though that's the name brand, we're running out of storage stuff. Like I have Chris's. I ate Chris's. I took that home and that's in the dishwasher right now. But I made beef stew last night, and I made a lot. And I wanted to bring some in today, which I know is kind of lame of me to say that when I don't have beef stew. But I really did some time this morning for me to go and put some beef stew. And then I had little paper bowls I got and all that. But then I went in and I couldn't find anything. Anything that would have fit already was in the fridge storing things. So, it's time I think Tupperware just disappears after a while. And the only time I've never had that issue is when I lived at my parents' house, because my mom's Tupperware, I've said before, was Cool Whip and Cool Whip things and Country Crock butter things, and which, by the way, would be perfect for beef stew right now. But I made beef stew last night, and I don't mind telling you this. My little girl's not feeling too good right now, so she requested it, plus the weather. I'm a big weather food guy. And I did something different. And you know what? I'm going to keep doing it. I have an instant pot that I like to make the beef stew in because it really makes the beef tender, right?
Uh-huh.
And the problem is that instant pots, while they're big enough to do the thing, when I make soups or stews, I like to make a vat of it so we can eat off it all week. The problem is that oftentimes I will run out of room in there and I won't be able to make it as big as I want. So what I tried this time is I had the beef, obviously it's beef stew, the baby carrots, I had the onions, and but what I do with my beef stew is I put in a can of cream of mushroom soup. That's like my little whatever. So I put all those ingredients, celery, and all the spices. I put all that in there.
Potatoes?
And 2 cans of diced tomatoes. Oh. Put that in there along with like some water. And I put that on pressure cook, right? I'm glad you asked, because a beef stew is not a beef stew without potatoes, but potatoes are actually, those are the biggest volume player in the whole business. So what I did is I peeled my potatoes and I cut them. I like chunks. I don't like diced. I like a chunk of potato, right? So I peeled them. I chunked them up. I put them in a separate pot. And what I did is I put 2 things of beef bouillon and a bunch of pepper, garlic powder, a bunch of spices in there, mixed them all in. And I boiled the potatoes there until they were done. And what it did, because I didn't want to just boil it in water and then you put the potato in, because even if it's surrounded by beef stew, the middle of the potato is going to be plain. So I wanted to cook some flavor in there. I actually probably only needed 1 thing of bouillon, but the fact that I used 2, it made it a little over seasoned, but I didn't season a ton of the beef stew. So the potato ends up being the seasoning itself. So what I did is I took the bowl to serve everybody and I would put in a couple of things of potatoes and then I would put the beef stew on top of that. And then everybody got their stuff that way. And it was really good. And then at the end of the night, I just combined the potatoes with the rest of the beef stew.
So now it's all sitting together.
And I'm going to do that now.
Yeah.
That kind of solves the issue. Because it's not about getting a bigger pot. I need the pressure cooker to do what I want to do. But now I figured out a way. It was a little experiment. I was a little scared. It was like the spa.
Yeah.
Something I hadn't done before.
Well, the potatoes were a success. Spa, not as much.
Not as much.
Yeah.
So, you know what? We batted 500, which, that's a Hall of Fame career in baseball.
Yeah, that's a good night.
We're going to have a good morning today as well. The Kings play today.
I'm so nervous.
This is where I think pessimism comes into play because I am not.
I'm just
okay.
I'm not nervous.
I fully expect us to get our butts kicked tonight. And anything
kicked.
Oh yeah. And anything less than
10 or more?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I would say yes. Now, anything 5 points. I'm still gonna be sad that we lost.
Pants on the head?
We've
already done that.
You know what? Okay, we'll think of something. If Kings win tonight, I'll do something.
Okay.
No, for sure. 100%. That worked last time. I'm willing to do it. I don't even care. I'll cut my hand open.
Don't say that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You got cheesecake out of it.
I did get cheesecake. Yeah, because Roger thought I was a little, which he's right. So we'll talk about that sad end of the season for our friends at UC Davis. The Niners make a move, and I got some sound and stuff from around the sports world for y'all today as well. We'll have fun with that at 7 a.m. Kelly Brothers joins us at 7:28. Somebody told me once there's a
good at business
that he's good at business. Sam Amick, he's going to join us for his weekly hit at.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here
at 8, and we will we'll see if how that works out travel wise. But I will say one thing: whether he's driving his kids to work, school, whether he's doing the show from home, one thing Sam always does each week is he brings a really good national reporter energy to the show. Part of me thinks it's because he's taking advantage of that $49 tune-up with our good friends at American Energy Heating and Air. I want to say, give a shout out in the chat to Julius Buncaris. I hope I pronounced that correct. He is listening from the Philippines, and he wants to know if Sabonis is playing tonight. Well, we'll talk about that. Spoiler alert, don't know, but we'll opine. In the meantime, I know that American Energy Heating and Air has not reached the Philippines yet, but should they, you too could take advantage of that $49 furnace tune-up. And if your furnace is 10 years or older, not that I think you need a furnace in the Philippines, but either way, the tune-up's free if it's 10 years or older. Hey, look, if you need a repair, $50 off your first repair. If you need a new furnace, which I'll be getting next Thursday, hey, it's half off. That's right. They're also hiring right now. So if you wanted to perhaps relocate from the Philippines and you're looking for a job, they will train you start to finish. No experience necessary, or if you're experienced, not as much training probably. American Energy Heating and Air, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. We'll take a break. When we come back, leading off is next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Shot clock off, 15 seconds to go. It's 132 to 106. The Golden State Warriors with a huge win that keeps them alive in terms of a possible tiebreaker with Sacramento that certainly could come into play. But they do it in impressive fashion. The final score is 132 to 106.
Yes.
Not a night the Kings fans will look back and relish by any stretch of the imagination.
We won't relish it or mayonnaise it or mustard it.
It was sauerkraut.
It was, hey, I see what you did there.
I did.
That was bad news Bears. I got to be honest with you. Not Chris Verlaud's best effort. Kings Warriors tonight. He had a lot to choose from. I would have personally chosen this one.
Kings have it. Shot clock's off. 12 seconds to go, and the final seconds countdown. Looks like it's going to be a final margin of a 30-point wire-to-wire win for the Sacramento Kings. And for the first time in a year, the Kings now have a 4-game winning streak. Doug Christie is the interim head coach, enjoying the fact that his club has won 4 out of 5 since he took the reins, and they'll try to build on that tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
And they would.
And they would. Not for nothing, but you also had this to choose from as well.
Inbounds pass to Monk, 7 seconds to go, and the Warriors play surrender. Monk takes it into the front court. Kings fans on their feet. The thunderous light the beam chant underway here at Golden One Center, and coming from 18 down to win by 6.
Hey. Well, point is that what, Chris?
I could have played this.
You couldn't ask for more drama in the opening playoff game. Inbounds pass to Curry. He turns, he wheels, he fires, he misses. Barnes with a rebound, and Sacramento has won game number 1. After 17 years without a playoff experience, they have risen to the occasion. They were down by 10, not once, but twice in the third quarter, and they battled their way back. They took a 1-point lead into the fourth. They opened up a 6-point advantage at 122 to 116. They hung on as the Warriors fought their way back, and Sacramento gets the victory. The final score is 126 to 123. And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, if you can't feel it through the radio, this place is absolutely nuts.
That was
I like that.
I like that a lot. That was game 1 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I liked that.
I liked it a lot.
I really, I gotta lie to you, I really enjoyed that. I did. I really enjoyed that.
Got something else?
I like playing this game with Chris. You could have also chosen this one as well, just being honest.
Here's a Warriors 3, no good. Rebounded by Kessler Edwards, and that will do it. You hear the thunderous light the beam chant in the background. The final 4 seconds tick away. Davion walks it into the front court. The hard sounds, and the Sacramento Kings have won in a live or die last game scenario. Win or go home, and the Kings managed to win. Steve Kerr, Mike Brown embrace at center court, and you wonder about the Steve Kerr dynasty and all the success of the Warriors. This year is a number 10 seed being bounced in the play-in opportunity. 118 to 94 is the final score.
Could have played that.
I was right behind I was at that game. I was right behind the Warriors bench with a couple friends.
Turkey sausage.
I remember trying so hard to get Draymond Green's attention because I was waving at him like, it's over. You're walking up. This is the end of your dynasty. It's over. Go. We just ended your dynasty. That was maybe a little inaccurate. That was maybe a
good luck trying to make it in the playoffs again.
Yeah, you guys are way too old. What are you gonna do? Go out and acquire another superstar? That's not happening. Anyways, Kings Warriors tonight. That was fun. Kings Warriors tonight, and all the action right here on Sacktown Sports TNT game as well.
Okay. Well, that means you need to listen here.
100% need to listen here. Cut number 2, please. Cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
No, cut number 2.
Jags 6 out of 10 on third. Mack drops, fires, middle field, caught. Brian Thomas Jr. inside the 10, inside the 5, toward the goal line. Touchdown! Mac Jones to Brian Thomas Jr. and the Jags have retaken the lead.
Mac Jones. Living in Mac Jones is your newest San Francisco 49. I think they're just going to sign every quarterback from that class until they figure it out. I don't know. We'll talk about this later, but it is a signing of a quarterback.
Yeah. The only one from that class. Still on their original team.
That's right. Is who?
Have a guess? That crowded class. There's only one. And some are on multiple teams like Mac Jones, like Justin Fields.
Is Brock Purdy?
Brock Purdy.
Wow.
It's the only one from that draft class that's on his original team.
God, so lame. I mean, it's actually cool, but
yeah,
talk about Lynch getting lucky on that one.
Yeah.
Screwing the pooch on
the first part of it.
Golly.
And remember, a lot of that time was like, are they going for Fields? Like, oh, no, they like Mac Jones. They like Mac Jones. That's who they're going to take. And then here we go. They get Mac Jones now as a backup.
Yeah, for next to nothing.
Yeah.
And that's like that. He's done it. He's had a couple of those, like where they had the number 2 pick and he picked Solomon Thomas ahead of Patrick Mahomes 11 picks later. But
every team's had him. They have.
That's where the NFL draft is like goofier than any. Well, maybe baseball. But look, they got themselves a back. I'm not. Look, in all seriousness, Mac Jones is still young enough to where maybe there's something there. And if there is something there, am I going to say Mac Jones is the next Sam Darnold? No. Could Mac Jones be the next Sam Darnold? Yes. Maybe he gets into Kyle's system. He's a little bit older now. He's learned the ropes. He, hopefully we're not going to see a lot of Mac Jones. I'll be honest. No offense to him next year, but it'd be nice to see him plug into a system that would be favorable to a quarterback and work with a guy like Kyle Shanahan. And we'll find out what he's got. Quarterbacks have had a habit of coming here and, making a little money in the future off of their stint here. And I hope Mac Jones is the next guy to do that.
Well, and the backups have done fairly well. Like they've needed them. Like, look, when it was Jimmy G, that's where we got to Trey Lance and then ultimately to Brock Purdy. We've seen Sam Darnold play for this team. We've seen other guys play. Dobbs at the end of last year. So, I mean, it's a good system. I think Mac Jones will be just fine, but that's his job, is to be the backup.
Nope, I 100% agree with you. And like I said, hopefully we don't see a lot. Unless, hey, is this a precursor to them cutting Brock Purdy? And now they have their quarterback. Now they finally have the quarterback they wanted to draft.
Of the present.
Yeah. And they saved all that money.
Yeah.
I don't think that's happening. All right, real quick. Cut number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
Come on, dude, play. God,
play the same 18 holes over and over at Timber Creek and Sierra.
What?
Okay. I had to pull that out of. We've got like a new system.
Yeah, let me try that again. I'm sure that wasn't a glitch, but let's see if that was a glitch. UC Davis.
Don't want to play the same 18 holes over and over at Timber Creek and Sierra.
Okay, well they got.
Here, let me find it out.
Sure. Hey, we can just.
Please, family.
Wow.
Smooth.
You know what, Chris? I got it. Since we were going to talk about UC Davis anyways, and they lost to Cal Poly last night, and that's a tough piece of audio anyways. Let me give you a piece of audio that everyone knows and everybody loves, okay? And something that really, if you turn up my computer here, something that makes a lot of sense.
Cards will play at Boise State Invite this weekend. The Indiana Pacers are looking for a measure of revenge tonight against the New Jersey Nets and to strengthen their playoff hopes. The Nets won the last Sunday's matchup 94-85, which left the Pacers one game behind the Chicago in the 7th series spot. Let's check out the highlights. Steven Jackson's David.
Come on, give me the line.
Reggie Miller's looking good. He shoots a three, and it's good.
He's warming up now. Here we go. Here we go.
Later, he gets the rebound, passes it to the man, shoots it, and boom goes the dynamite. The final scores ended up with the Pacers 63 to the Nets 61.
Is it weird?
Final?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that?
I guess I never really thought of it that way.
The weirdest part of that, I think, honestly, is in the final 63-61. That actually, kids, was a final of an NBA game once upon a time. Has there ever been a follow-up on this kid?
Yeah, I think there has.
Didn't he go on Letterman or something?
Yeah, we did way back when, yeah. But I think something more, I say more recently, maybe in the last 10 years, but yeah, boom goes the dynamite.
I mean, that's a tough clip to watch in some aspects because you just feel for this dude. Yeah. There's a whole backstory there, like they didn't prep him and all that, but also like it's the boom goes the passes to the man and boom. Yesterday we were talking, Jason, about in your life.
Yeah.
Passes to the man.
Equally iconic.
Honestly, Giants win the pennant in your life.
Do you believe in miracles?
Do you believe in miracles? Better than most.
Yeah.
And passes to the man, and boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah.
Oh, chills. We'll take a break.
Multiplying.
When we come back, Kings Warriors tonight. We'll check in on the standings and give you the best update we can on Domantas Sabonis. We'll do all that right after this.
Malik Monk plays here.
Left, goes right, steps back, launches the three. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
Little help. A little help over here.
Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance.
What?
Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers.
Seriously?
Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Jackson Hewitt wants you to save money on tax prep. We're saving money by having our intern rap in this commercial.
Don't stress. Jackson Hewitt's got expert tax prep, 149 or less. Yo, some tax guys lie about price. They got hidden fees. That ain't nice.
Ain't nice.
Don't ignore MC Kevin's rhyme, because this deal's for a limited time. 149
for tax prep that's $149 or less. Hurry into Jackson Hewitt today.
No cap.
Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9861. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at tra.com or call 800-575-9861. That's 800-575-9861. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
If you're not looking for a brand new car, at Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. We've kept only the best of our trades, and our buyer has found some of the finest pre-owned Hondas available in Northern California. You can see for yourself at elkgrovehonda.com. Whether you purchase a brand new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, your car buying experience will be the same. We have the right Honda at the right price. You'll find us in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Kings Warriors tonight. Yeah. 1-800-920-1140 is your phone number. 916-339-1140. Domantas Sabonis, Jason Ross, was cleared for all duties, if you will.
Yeah, it's a good sign.
I guess the question is, do you bring him back tonight if it's if it's we could, or do you let him stew another day, especially considering the opponents?
To me, it would be nothing about the opponent.
Okay.
If he's good, I'm playing him. But if there's any reservation, then I would say no today, no tomorrow. And then you have the weekend off. Right?
Yes.
So to me, it feels like he's playing tonight or he's out till Monday. That would be my totally informed, I would say, because I haven't talked to anybody internally about, what they think about it. But if he practiced yesterday, and a lot of people thought he looked pretty good.
Yeah. Love seeing him out there.
There's no reason to hold him out unless there's, again, if there's any bit of but we want to, this is phase one, and then, get another workout in maybe this weekend, then wait. But if he's good to go for it.
Yeah, those muscle injuries are always scary.
They are. But I also don't know when you've got to feel as good as possible about it.
Are we at a point right now, too, where it's, if this is November, he's probably out another week, but, we're down to it and we need him, so we're going to take that. Do you start? They're never going to put him in a position to hurt himself, but sometimes you hear that, if this was the playoffs, he'd be playing. Well, are we there at all?
I mean, because let's take the game specifically, what it could mean. If you lose, you're 4.5 back. You're probably not catching them specifically.
Yes.
If you win, it's still 2.5. Now you have the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
But it doesn't put you ahead of them. So I'm not trying to trivialize the importance of this game, but last night, as far as that goes, everybody in front of you won.
Right.
Everybody behind you lost. I think they're in. It's just where. And so tonight could help, but it doesn't mean it's you're not there. You don't pass anybody if you win tonight. You don't have anybody pass you if you lose tonight.
Really does kind of look like I don't want to say locked into the 9-10, but
Yeah,
golly,
that's
the heavy favorite.
Yeah,
right
probably.
Now.
I mean,
they're effectively 3 back of the Clippers and that's the 8.
Right.
So they're 3 back from 8. They're 1.5 ahead of Dallas. But let me ask you this: I'd much rather the Kings play. Let's say it is Dallas. I'd much rather the Kings play Dallas at home. Also, it's not the end of the world if they play Dallas in Dallas, I feel like.
Right.
Like with other teams.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they can beat Dallas here or on the road with the way Dallas is.
The teams behind them are just completely leaking oil.
Well, the Suns, Mavs lost last night. Ooh, by the way, see that?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good game.
Yeah.
For that guy.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty good game.
And Suns lost.
Suns have lost.
They're 6 below 500.
Can you imagine Matt Ishbia right now and the owner of the Suns just with his minions? I don't understand. We have the highest payroll in the league.
Yeah.
I mean,
like Durant said no to the Warriors. Like if they dealt him at the deadline, they'd already be starting what's next. And now I feel like they're going to do that in the summer.
They should have dealt him. I think. Well, they probably wanted to, and he said nay. But they're gonna be clearing out. They should. Well, I don't know. It's Matt Ishbia. He's new. New owners are like 2-year-olds. Yeah. You just don't know what the hell they're gonna do next. Odds are they're gonna crap themselves.
And the Kings are what, 4 up on him?
Yeah. So the Kings are 4 up
and play him tomorrow.
Let's just put it this way: the Kings are 4 away from missing the playoffs. They're 3 away from moving up a spot. They're kind of and that's with 18 games left.
Right.
There's still time.
Yeah.
To do a lot of things, good or bad, but
absolutely,
that's where they're at. God, I keep going back to the Suns here. Right? The fact that you have the highest payroll I believe they're the highest payroll in the league. They were earlier. I don't think I've checked since the trade deadline. You have the highest payroll in the league. Yeah, there you go. Not only do they have the highest payroll in the league, they have the highest payroll in the league by $16 million.
But it's okay because they have all those pick. Oh wait, no,
they are completely.
They can spend years.
Honestly, and this is what's going to be so interesting to follow, because you have a new owner in Phoenix and they want to come in and win, and they got egos involved and they don't want to look stupid. And he's the guy that was at the podium saying 28 other teams would love to have our roster a few months ago, blah, blah, blah. The smart thing to do is to have a GM come in there that's completely independent of ownership and be like, all right, we got some work to do. It's going to be a tough couple of years. We're going to start. We got 3, maybe if we're lucky, we can break even on Bradley Beal. That's a loss. But we can get some stuff for Durant. We can get some stuff for Booker.
Yeah,
and
Booker's the one to move.
Absolutely. And I think they can get some value. I think they can do a decent job between Booker and Durant at restocking their picks.
Yeah.
And then they'll have their own, their own. God, I got to get in to look and see who does own their pick this year. But it's, honestly, without
I'm sure the Nets are up there with that move, to the Wizards for the Beal.
It's probably Oklahoma City.
Yeah, in some roundabout.
Houston actually owns their pick for this year, which right now would be 12. Remember, just a reminder, since I'm looking at it, Sacramento, as of right now, and almost certainly will not have their pick this year. That will convey to Atlanta. And then, it looks like San Antonio, that Atlanta pick, that's going to San Antonio. Atlanta will get Sacramento's pick at 14, and then Atlanta would be picking right now at 16, but that goes to San Antonio. The Clippers at 17, that goes to Oklahoma City. By the way, when you look by Jason, right now, the way the picks are, this is very interesting. I know it's too far to look ahead in the draft, but the top 11 picks, Washington number 1, Miami number 11. If this is without the draw, they all own their own picks. From 12 to 30, 4 teams own their own picks.
Wow.
4 teams out of 18 own their own picks. Every other pick right now is going to another team. That's pretty bananas. Including, by the way, hey, it's not all bad for Phoenix. They own Cleveland's pick, which
30th
right now is 30th.
So there's that.
That is rough, man. Hey, look, anytime you're upset about the Kings and what they're doing, just just sing the song to yourself. We're not Phoenix.
Sing that song out loud.
Out loud to everybody. Speaking of doing well with your picks, Oklahoma City, Boston last night. I felt since ESPN's not going to do it, maybe we could spend a little bit of time on it. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, we'll recap a little bit of it for you and just talk about OKC and where they're at right now, along with Boston. We'll do all that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, everybody, it's your boy Kyle Draper. You know I'm a big guy, right, everybody? So sometimes, even my SUV or sedan, I want a little more space. Maybe I want to take the fellas to the football game or to the basketball game. Maybe I want to go golfing. Well, Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has the perfect solution. They have a Vans Fleet Center, and they understand your business needs. They understand your personal needs as well. They have a great inventory and a huge selection, and plus, they have the perfect van to power your fleet, including the new fully electric e-Sprinter alongside those reliable diesel options. So if you're looking for a new van just for personal reasons or even for your business fleet, head on over to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. And get this, you can take advantage of their exclusive limited time 0% APR financing offer for up to 60 months on select models. So head down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton or online at mbfstockton.com and tell them Drape sent you.
Meanwhile at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary. Not guaranteed.
Spring is in the air, and that means gigantic savings for all your oil change needs at Jiffy Lube today. Get a $25 gift card with the purchase of any Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change through May 31st at your local Jiffy Lube service center in the greater Sacramento areas. And don't forget about the additional $30 off online coupon at jiffylube.com. Terms apply. Valid email address required. See pennzoil.com/rewards for details. Jiffy Lube, huge spring savings for you today.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with a sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, it's Ram Truck Month. The sales event's going on right now, and I know that means heavy discounts.
It's not just a discount. It's big discounts on hard-to-find Ram heavy duties. Right now, save up to $16,000 off MSRP on remaining new 2024 Ram 2500 and 3500 heavy duties. When you need a hard-to-find truck, Hoblet has it, with over 500 new Rams available.
Just one of the many reasons Hoblet always ranks as one of the biggest and best Ram dealers in all of America.
And we are proud of that. But we don't just sell Rams. You have to check out the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter with 200 vehicles available and 30 under $20,000.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$16,000 total net savings after $71.29 factory rebates and $88.71 dealer discounts. Rebates include $500 first responder bonus cash for eligible first responders and $66.29 West BC standalone 10% below MSRP. 5 vehicles at this net savings. Sample VIN 316786. Not everyone will qualify for all rebates. See dealer for details.
waking you up with the best in local sports.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
As we get to last night's NBA action, Chris, I know you're a big Oasis guy and you're going to the show coming up in the Bay. And I'm sure you've probably seen this yesterday. Who knows if this is true, but they leaked this set list. Did you see this?
I did.
Okay. Now, look, you're a far bigger Oasis fan than I am. That makes it sound like I don't like them.
After this, real quick, I have to ask you some advice.
Okay. I'm here for you. I will tell you this, though. I looked at the set list, and it's got, Wonderwall and Champagne Supernova and more. It's got a lot of, I do not see Go Let It Out, which, okay. But if Oasis does a tour and they don't do All Around the World, then they should just trash themselves.
Well, that's your favorite song.
I understand that. Also, I would make an argument that's their best concert song. Hear me out. That's an anthem. That is an anthem. It is. It is the definition of an anthem. Perfect for a live show. First off, it's like 10 minutes long. Secondly, it's got I would say, not that I would put that song up with this other song, but if you were to say, what song does Oasis do, who obviously took major liberties from the Beatles? What song do they have that would be their version of Hey Jude? I would say it's All Around the World.
All right.
That's their anthem. That's their single. That's not that you're not going to sing along to the other songs, but I'm saying that is an anthemic song. How are you not going to do that live?
I would say Wonderwall is their Hey Jude, but
I would say Wonderwall is their biggest hit, and certainly people will sing along to it. Of course they will, but I don't think Wonderwall is an anthem. I think All Around the World is 100% an anthem, and part of what makes an anthem is a key change, in which they have 3, not 1 or 2. They have 3 key changes in the song, all on the chorus. How are you not going to play that? So some guy was telling me he saw Red Hot Chili Peppers a couple years ago at Levi Stadium. They didn't do Under the Bridge. I went and saw,
which is weird because what you got to give you
to your mama. As a matter of fact, that's the quote. I went and saw Garth Brooks at Golden One Center. He didn't do We Shall Be Free. Like
I saw Huey Lewis at the news of the State Fair, and they didn't do Hip to Be Square.
Is that true?
Yes.
I don't like it when bands get too cute. Look, dude,
don't get cute. Play the hits.
When you go on tour, I understand you want to introduce some new music. Absolutely, you got to do it. You want to play like a cover of somebody you love. Hey, we're going to do Neil Young's Piper McFly. Okay, great. I don't know the song, but I'll hear you do it. That's all fine and dandy. But you need to play the hits.
Right.
And don't do the trick where the audience sings the whole every other line. I don't want
or change the song so much that you barely know that's the hit.
Absolutely. And I don't mind you busting out a, hey, Sacramento, how you doing? But I don't need, what's the old David Spade bit? I don't need to go to see the Eagles and have Don Henley saying, on a cold Sacramento highway. I don't need that. Just keep the lyrics the same.
Right.
No tricks. Just do it like it is on the album, please. Just saying. No, what were you going to ask me?
So,
I can't believe you're defending them, by the way. How can we not agree on that?
I've never even seen that, like, since they've announced that they're going to be going back on tour. Mm-hmm. They've been showing all of their live songs and stuff like that, like Acquiescence, Stand By Me, Don't Turn Back in Anger. Anyways, I haven't seen All Around the World. So I think that's that's your favorite song. I don't think that's
the only thing I can think of. Well, it is my favorite song,
yeah,
but it's also a pretty big Oasis hit. It's not like I'm just the guy picking a B-side. Yeah, they had a video, the whole thing. It charted well.
Oh, well, that's a video.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah.
But anyways, I had to. So I just bought a pair of tickets. Didn't know who I was going with. Just like kind of figuring out. I'll find someone that wants to go, and then I won't say their name because they're well known around here. We're at something, and this person says like, "Oh, I really want to I really wanted to go to that concert. I really, really want to go. And this person really likes concerts, been to several concerts with them.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got an extra ticket. If you want to go, come with me. He's like, seriously?
This is
I'm like,
what show? I'm sorry. Did you
to the Oasis?
Okay.
To at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you really want to go, I've got a ticket. Like, I'll sell it to you. He's like, yeah, that sounds great. He's like, I love it. So then hanging out with this person later, I was telling them about the Oasis doc. I'm like, oh, it's really good. You should check it out and stuff like that. And he said, yeah, I will check that out. I know I'm going to start listening to a lot of their stuff before the concert. And I'm like, what? And he's like, well, I really don't know that much about them. And I'm like, what?
You don't know much about them, but you're going to go to the Rose Bowl and buy a ticket and go on an entire trip to see them play.
Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, well, so I don't know how to feel about it.
So I'll tell you how you should feel about it, and then you can feel the opposite. This is a good friend of all three of ours.
Yes.
It's one of the things I love about him the most, because what he lacks in roots, he doesn't have a lot holding him down. He doesn't have wives and kids, and he lives.
I like him already.
He lives to experience.
Yep.
He's living his best life, and he smells good while he's doing it. He lives his best life. He is everywhere. He is everywhere. He is not sitting on the couch. When this person, and I mean this, when this person is on his deathbed, hopefully decades from now, I don't think he's going to look back and go, should have played less video games.
Plus,
I got cheated.
I think the biggest positive in his behalf, he's just fun to hang out with.
He is.
So you're driving down there with him. Like, that's all these are checks in his favor to me. Less about what he said about getting to know their music more.
Despite the fact that I once shoved him in front of the Madison Avenue studios, he's one of those guys that if you don't get, he's one of those guys where if you don't get along with him,
You shoved him?
I did. That was like the same year I had
on purpose.
Yes.
Oh no!
You didn't know that story? Oh, I feel terrible about it. It's the same year the noodles thing happened. I was not in a good spot, dude. And it's a bad story, dude. It's a bad story.
It is, because he loves telling stories, and he has never told me that one.
I'm going to get his version.
I still... You ever like have things happen in your past and like they'll randomly come up in a memory and you ever like almost physically shiver? Like,
yes.
Oh God, I can't even, like, that's one of those where I go, what was I even? He said something in jest and I was already fired up about it and it really pissed me off and I reacted. And I will tell you, the interaction ended. I'm mature enough to say this. The interaction ended in tears and hugging and love, nothing but love
by him.
But we both were very, but I'm just saying I love that guy and he is living his best life.
You pushed him in front of a car?
No, it was at the entrance of the building. It was just, it was that. Anyways,
what?
It was a whole thing. It was just, hey, so the
Thunder Boston.
Thank you. Oklahoma City, Boston last night, possible finals preview. We talked about it yesterday. I watched the game cover to cover, and the Thunder started out on a 9-0 run. Missoula calls a timeout. It's so cool, and at the same way, almost kind of like Kings fans are the proverbial kid in the Dickens novel that's like on the outside on the snowy day, like rubbing the circle in the window with their fists so they can look in on everybody partying and warm and eating soup and stuff and dancing and raising mugs of beer. Like, sometimes I feel like that's where our place is in the NBA. And that's how I felt last night watching this game, because you're watching two coaches at the height of their powers. You're watching two beautifully put together teams that are just littered, not just with talent, but talent that fits. And throughout the game, like, Oklahoma City starts out on a 9-0 run, Jason, and then Boston goes on their little run, and it's tied pretty close throughout. And all you're seeing is Mark Daniel make an adjustment to Joe Mazzulla's adjustment, who then adjusts, and then they're subbing in these guys and playing. Oklahoma City started a lineup last night against the Celtics in Boston that they had not played this year. Part of it is, obviously Jalen Williams was out, which I think, by the way, is important,
right?
Being that Oklahoma City won. But started a lineup they'd never played before, and then they were just doing all these crazy subs and lineups during the game that, and Mark Jones and Doris Burke were on the call, and they were remarking, like, we don't see this a lot out of either of these teams, but they're countering each other, and they have the weapons to counter each other. It was just really a pleasure looking at, you're just looking at two elite teams, two heavyweight champions going at it. And in the end, Jason, what was really crazy, Boston didn't have a bad night. I mean, Jaylen Brown had a bad night, but part of that was Oklahoma City put him in a bad night. And in the end, OKC just put Boston away methodically.
Yeah.
Not lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just wonder, like, who was out? Like you said, Jalen Williams, but also Porzingis. Like that you want to see them both at full strength. But it wasn't like they were both like tremendously undermanned. It was impressive. Either one, whoever got out of there with a win, you're going to go like, that's a nice statement. But in this case, to win on the road like that for OKC, to get another validating type win. And man, SGA just knows how to draw fouls too, doesn't he?
Yeah, and I don't know how to feel about that, because I should hate SGA because I hate James Harden because he's a foul merchant. And SGA is also a foul merchant. But here's the other thing. Like, dude, they're fouls.
Yeah.
Like, I'm watching when Jalen Brunson he fouled out on a rebound, but
his fifth foul, though, yeah.
Yeah, his fifth foul, and it's like,
it's a foul.
It's a foul.
Yeah.
Now, granted, SGA's initiating some contact and all that stuff, but I watch Cleveland play at a high level, and I go, God, how are you going to out these guys? And then I watch Oklahoma City last night, and I go, God, how are you going to out these guys? But then the playoffs are a whole different ball game anyway. It's just a really, really, really fun game to watch, and I really love what Oklahoma City's done. They're an absolute example for a lot of other teams. We'll take a break. Let's get a word from overhead from Jason, if you're good with that.
I am.
Okay, good. And then when we come back, the UC Davis's season ends in a way they don't want. Plus, we have some I got some random audio for you, including Campeo in our chat keeps mentioning the A's are coming up, right? Well, announcers
2 weeks from today.
2 weeks from today, that's right. Going to be a problem for some of the announcers soon. We have audio on that. We'll get to all of it next.
Tonight, Kings and Warriors. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 5:30. Tip-off at 7.
The Kings play here on Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
Hey there. Let me, in fact, tell you about my friends at the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. They are truly a tremendous company. 70-plus years in our region of doing top-notch business for everyone around here. Sacramento and 9 surrounding counties. I suggest you go to their showroom, check out their goods, everything that they can provide for you. So our family, we went in. We are so thrilled that we did with the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento just a couple weeks ago. We went through the install. That was great. Martin came out. He was just a machine putting it together between Sean and Melanie. Everyone over there that works there, just amazing, amazing people. And for us, it's about the result, right? It's about the product you get, that we're going to be long-time products with them as far as our garage doors. So we got brand new garage doors. And, I had the old antiquated doors that I literally had to lift up to pull open. Now, I've got a remote. You can do it from your app, from the keypad on the side of the garage, or obviously old-fashioned remote. And the doors roll open nice and quiet, smooth, and they look good. Curb appeal is better. Just it looks better overall for our house and our garage. Windows at the top, just a great, great look. So check out their showroom, see what they might have for you. But they can also fix your current garage situation up, whether it's home or residential or commercial, They have options for all of you. So check out their website at overheaddoorofsacramento.com or call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first at 888-ALLSTATE or allstate.com. Like to check your sunroof is closed first before driving through the car wash.
Whoa. Oh, no. Wait, whoa.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So if you want to save money, check Allstate first at 888-ALLSTATE or allstate.com. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Old Spice Swagger Body Wash will make you the MVP of freshness and confidence. With its irresistible scent, it will transform your shower experience, leaving you feeling fresh on and off the field. Pair it with Old Spice Swagger Deodorant, the #1 aluminum-free brand that keeps you feeling like a Super Bowl champion 24/7 when used daily. But don't wait. This dynamic duo is available at Costco for a limited time only. Old Spice, official deodorant partner of the NFL and Super Bowl 59, where freshness meets football greatness.
Sacktown Sports is bringing you the biggest live events in town. Whether you're rocking out or dancing the night away, check out the Sacktown Sports live events calendar. Crank it up with Steel Panther at Ace of Spades on March 15th. Then catch rising country star Alexandra Kay the next night, March 16th, also at Ace of Spades. On March 22nd, experience the magic of the Ronstadt Review featuring Jasenia at the Crest Theater. Then get ready for an epic night. Papa Roach and Rise Against take over Golden One Center March 29th, while comedy legends Jay Leno and Arsenio Hall bring the laughs to Hard Rock Live Sacramento on that same night. And for country fans, Lee Brice and Walker Hayes hit Ironstone Amphitheater on June 21st, and Parker McCullum takes the stage August 16th at the Ironstone Amphitheater up in Murphys, California. Don't miss out. Find more info and score your chance to win tickets at SacktownSports.com. The Sacktown Sports Live Events Calendar. Your ticket to the best seat in the house.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
You've heard the saying, penny wise, pound foolish, right? It means you do something that will save you a little bit right now, just pennies, but that ends up costing you pounds in the end.
People put off tuning up their furnace because they don't want to take the time or spend the money to get it done.
But it only takes 90 minutes and costs just $87, which is just pennies compared to the huge problems and expenses that can rack up if you don't get your furnace tuned up.
You'll also save money on your energy bills, and your system will last longer.
So don't be penny wise and pound foolish. Call Bell Brothers for a precision tune-up and professional cleaning today.
Our number is 916-444-1234, or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
We were talking about the Suns earlier. I forgot to mention. You know how old Kevin Durant was the last time he missed the playoffs?
Ooh, I have no idea.
20.
Wow.
20 years old the last time the playoffs had no KD. Ugh.
With the Thunder?
I think.
Who?
Yeah. Oh, I see what you did there.
The team didn't even exist.
Oof. The bad news is Cal Poly beat UC Davis last night, 86-76. the Aggies end on quite the losing streak, and their season is done.
Yeah.
I think what is really, and we'll wrap up the season with Coach Les next week. I think the thing that's really going to haunt them is they were up 47-38 at the half.
Yeah.
And just got bamboozled.
After a team they'd beaten a couple times this year. I don't know. Just kind of sometimes those things happen. The end of the season just went awry.
Yeah, you got to wonder, like, what happened?
Yeah.
What the heck happened? Coach Les, win or lose, he comes on.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it won't be his favorite conversation, but he'll be a pro and he'll let us know what he thinks.
Yeah, because before that losing, they were thinking they might have like the double bye and be a top 2 seed, and it just fell apart on them.
Yeah, that stinks. So season over there, and our thoughts with the Aggies, and they'll be back next year.
Mm-hmm.
Coach is a good coach. I just want to go around the world here for a second. This was the Montreal Canadiens versus the Seattle Kraken last night.
Kraken.
Game went to overtime. Now, I know we only have, what do we have? Another 7 minutes in this segment. I didn't tell you guys before the show I was going to do this. I'm going to play the entire overtime, start to finish, because I think it's worth the audio.
If you're just joining us, thank you, but you have missed a lot. So don't do it again. Off the draw. Here it is. Montour. Right in. He scores.
And that was the entire overtime. Did
you speed that up?
That is a record. Oh, did you miss that, Jason? Well, let me help you.
You have time to play it all again.
Us, thank you, but you have missed a lot. So don't do it again. Off the draw. Here it is. Montour. Right in. He scores.
Okay. Someone was at the game.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we got overtime. I'm going to run and get
I got
one more water, go to the bathroom, some popcorn for this overtime.
Make a quick call.
What? And they just heard all of that cheering.
But you have missed a lot.
I'll be right back.
Don't do it again. Off the draw.
Text my mom.
Here it is. Montour. Right in. He scores. Hey, what do you say?
Hey, since I'm already on the move, I'll meet you at the car.
I'll see you there. By the way, I haven't said this in a while. Other than taking historical uniforms and or favorite team uniforms out of the equation, I think the Seattle Kraken are my favorite scheme. I think their unis are sick looking. I like them. I like the blue and
I hate the stupid S.
Turquoise.
I hate the stupid octopus.
Really? Why? Why is the S and the octopus stupid?
Because the S is just like that dumb S that every kid in the 90s drew
You're a
in
dumbass.
school.
No, I hear you. I don't agree with you, but
kids in the 90s drew S's.
Was that a thing?
Yes. You don't know about that?
Why were you drawing S's?
It's like this thing that everybody did.
Hey, I'm just going to sit here in algebra and draw an S?
Yes.
You were part of that.
I was. I was in school in the 90s. I don't remember S drawing. I remember drawing other things, especially after Superbad came out, but it wasn't an F. Well, I guess kind of. It was more of a F, lowercase. Dwayne Kuiper and John Miller were on the call for the Giants as usual against the Oakland. Hey, listen, the Oakland Athletics, according to Dwayne Kuiper and John Miller.
Went right over toward the Oakland dugout from Elliot Ramos. Ramos struck out his first time.
So you're saying basically it's going to be hard for you not to say Oakland, like you just did, by the way.
Did I just?
Yeah, you did. I mean, I'm not keeping track.
I'll be saying it even when I don't even realize I said it.
Yeah. Well,
I remember the first game I saw at the Coliseum in '68. It was Automotive Industry Night.
Okay. Can I just say that's my favorite part, by the way?
Well, I remember the first game I saw at the Coliseum in '68. It was Automotive Industry Night.
All right. So
bring your own car or what?
Yeah, exactly. It's much better than dozen egg night, which did not work out.
Well, especially now. It's
Especially
expensive.
Yeah. All right. So they did it once.
Yeah, that's fine. Everybody does it once.
They're Hall of Fame broadcasters.
Yep.
They'll figure it out.
Ooh, that kind of came back toward the plate, but called the ball to Avens. They're in Oakland. The Athletics. That's right. center fielder.
Okay.
Well, that's twice.
That's twice. They sure as heck ain't got to do it again.
Giants ahead 2-0 in the third against the Sacramento Athletics. And I know they're going to go with just athletics. Check swing there. And it's 2-2. I'm going to say Sacramento simply because I don't want to just keep saying Oakland 20 times during this telecast from habit.
All right. Third time's a charm. A little frustration there. And finally, Dwayne Kuiper is nothing if not a little bit of salt to him sometimes when he just gets fed up. And I think at this point, he was just like, you know what? Screw it. I don't care.
Bottom of the fifth coming up. It's the Giants 3. The A's should still be in Oakland 1.
And that may be that, everybody's been wondering what should we call them? The A's should still be in Oakland.
That's up there.
I think that's a good team name.
I think what's tough for announcers is like when the San Diego Chargers became the LA Chargers.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, you kind of get flipped with the San Diego, but you definitely get the LA. Like there's not a team that doesn't have a city connected to the name.
No, there isn't.
And you want to describe them in more than that's part of announcing. It's like you're saying a lot of the same things, but you want to use different words. And so you can use Sacramento, you can use Kings. That's whatever. Right. But now it's the Athletics, but it was always the Oakland Athletics or Oakland or A's or, there was a lot of different ways to go there. And now people are going to get tripped up on that.
I wonder if it'll get to the point where baseball sends out a memo. I hope they do, just so it can leak. Finally, people say sometimes we don't do enough baseball, and we certainly don't do enough college baseball. Can I play some college baseball highlights for you?
Sure.
All right, let's go to a real big game yesterday. It was at Kansas visiting Minnesota, the Golden Gophers, and here's a big home run.
Diggins swings and sends this in the air to deep left center field. Back goes Easton Richter. He leaps up, and that is gone. Going to get out number 1.
Here's another one.
This is blasted to deep left field. And that is gone for a Kansas Jayhawks.
Here's another one.
Council drives this to deep left.
Yes, that's
and
the
they
son of
go
Craig.
back to back to back.
How crazy is that? Back to back to back. You don't see that often.
Yeah. Is there more?
I don't know. There's more time here. Let me see.
1-0 is hit to deep right. Back it goes, twisting towards the pool. It's a fair ball, and it's another home run for the Kansas Jayhawks.
Back to back to back to back for the Jayhawks. That is crazy.
Wait, what?
No.
I won't even ask.
That. Yep, the second inning. And this is hit well to deep left. That is back, and that is gone. Wow. 5 straight home runs for the Kansas Jayhawks.
Yeah, at some point, maybe grab the pitcher.
Yeah.
Just saying.
They were using a T.
Back to back to back to back to back for the Oakland Jayhawks. We'll take a break when we come back. 3 for madness. How does this King season need to end for you for it to be a success? The 49ers signed Mac Jones, and we'll take a look at the Kings and Warriors tonight. I got a very specific question for Chris and for Jason. We'll get to that next.
Tonight, Kings and Warriors. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 5:30. Tip off at 7.
The Kings play here on Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
At Wells Fargo, we know what got you into your business, whether it's manufacturing, running a restaurant, or your business from home. What you didn't get into your business for was banking. But luckily, Wells Fargo offers business checking, payments, and lending all in one place, in your neighborhood and on our app, so you can focus on doing what you love. Wells Fargo, you're good at business, we're good at business banking. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/business. Terms apply. Wells Fargo Bank and a member FDIC.
Meanwhile at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah?
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with 2 people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary. Not guaranteed.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Jason, you did it during the break, damn it. The old question. It is truly one of my favorite current questions that makes the rounds every once in a while. You got the PGA going on right now, or the Players' Championship going on now. We've got that on the screen. And this usually comes up around the Masters.
Yeah.
So we'll just use the Masters, but you can use it for anything.
Yeah, but I think the Masters is the most important one to use it for.
Completely agree. And the question is, if your ball was placed on the furthest the green was from the hole on all 18 at Augusta for 4 rounds, everybody else has to tee off and play the hole like they have to play the hole. You get to start with your ball the furthest point on the green from the hole, and you get to play your 4 rounds. Could you win the Masters? And it's like, I want to say yes, but of course I know that's stupid, and of course it's probably no, but I'd like to try it.
I would like to try it. And apparently, I mean, the greens are slick and fast, and some of them are really, really, like you might be 80 feet away. Like you got a long putt. Like, so then all of a sudden, are you still 20 feet away on your second putt? Then do you 4 putt from, I mean, it's just, who knows?
And they have to use people like you and me.
Yeah.
People that love to play golf that just aren't great.
Right.
You're better than me, but
Yeah.
we're not pros.
Yeah,
we're not
shoot
even
a 130 there.
Yeah,
or whatever.
totally.
Yeah.
And what needs to happen? It's a great idea. We need to reach out to Augusta.
Yeah.
Because we could kind of answer this question. You and I could both do that challenge together, and we'll tell them we don't want to play the course. I mean, we do want to play the course, but can we just do this? Could we just go out for a round, and all we're going to do is putt all 18 holes? It'll take us an hour, maybe. And then we'll take the best of our scores, your score, my score, whatever it may be. And let's see, are we shooting 60 something
in your life?
In your life. I gotta think we could. I
Think
gotta
about
think,
16, how big that green is.
I know.
But what happens when you putt it off?
You keep going.
Keep putting.
You have to use the putter?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Well, hopefully you won't putt that far off, but you
But,
might.
I mean, there might be some.
Yeah.
Because there are a couple of spots where you hit the wrong spot. And it
Right.
goes right down the
You
zone.
know, I think the rule is no matter what, you have to stick with your putter. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Stick with your putter. And then you got to think 18. What is that? If it was 4 putts a hole, well, that'd be 70. Okay. So 3 putts a hole would be what? 54 for 3 putts a hole. So if you can just average between, less than 4 putts a hole, a 4 putt, you're in the 60s. I think
you got to do that every day.
Don't you think you could break 70 doing that?
I think if I had 4 days, I think I would once. I think.
Yeah. Now the other thing is
change the pin placement and all that stuff.
Here's the other part, though, is that you and I are going to Augusta and we're just going to traipse around and do that. No, it's like Jim Nantz on the call. You're
Fans
surrounded by the Jason.
Patrons.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
And if we're playing 12, which part of the course is that? 11, 12, 13, you would call that the
Amen corner?
No, or you're right, but no, like not 1 through 9, but what do we call 10 from 18 at the Masters?
Oh yeah.
You got it. We have to get this right. It's not the back 9. It's the second 9. Oh. Yeah, you have to.
Oh no, you have to say
you have to. You're going to get booted. Ken Venturi once said that the greens were as slick as new bikini wax, and he was never allowed back. And he was a CBS commentator.
Well, knowing that, how do you think you put on there?
Yeah, I would, but you know what?
Game of golf.
I'm going to send. What if that got us in? What if we said we're going to do? Did you know if you write a book? This is a true story. You can look it up at Russell. If you write a book on the Masters or on Augusta, Chris is already looking it up. Please look it up. If you write a book, there's a pretty decent chance if you request it, if it's like a real book, that they will let you play the course as part of your research.
There's your way.
Dude, we should do that.
Yeah.
What about like a little kid? What about like a little kid pop-up book? like Billy Goes to Augusta, and that's our book.
The book could be this experiment.
100%.
Take a bunch of different people at all different levels, different ages, different just abilities,
just
and see if they can. No, but then we get the chance to play it
for the research. Yeah. I like it. Maybe that's our end. I just need a contact.
How many times do you think we'd putt off the green?
Over in 18 holes? I would put the over-under.
Tell Augusta National that you're writing a book about the club or the Masters, and they may allow you to play the course.
I was watching this YouTube video the other day. It was like different ways you can get on. Apparently, there's a Augusta Country Club is directly next door to Augusta National. It's another golf course, right? Which you can kind of peek through and see Augusta National on occasion. Every once in a while, and you got to believe, obviously this doesn't happen often, but every once in a while, because they only let like 20 or 30 people groups go out per day over there. It's not like it's packed. There's only 300 members at Augusta National. Every once in a while, somebody will not show for their foursome, and they don't allow twos, threes, or singles. They'll call over to Augusta Country Club and be like, anybody available right now to come over and play?
Wow.
And like, imagine that, like you just won.
I'm available.
It's almost like you want to move there and just hang out there at the bar all the time and just be like, I'm available. I want to be next.
So if I wrote a book about Augusta National, you think they would let me golf there?
Well, if it says May,
the book that I would write.
No, nope. Wouldn't let you on the grounds, dude.
There'd
Probably
be a
kick me
picture
out of
you.
the state.
Yeah, there'd be a picture of you.
If you told me that I could write a book about this and that in order to be able to play Augusta and have the book published, I would have to retire from broadcasting. I would have a really long think about it. That's how much I want to play Augusta.
It is really, 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 really fun to play here.
You don't have to have a set amount of words, Chris. All right, question 1, please.
How does the Kings season need to end at a minimum for you to consider it a success?
I think at minimum they have to play a first round series. At minimum. And I understand arguments of, well, it's lateral. They went from playing a 7-game series against the Warriors to not even making the playoffs, and now they just lost a 7-game series. They're making lateral movements. I understand that, but then I think the counter would be, yeah, but they remade this team on the fly, and the plane is in the air, like Doug said, and they're trying to fix it. So you could lasso some excitement in for next year, especially if you make some strategic moves. I think that's the minimum. I think anything less than that, I think making the play-in, losing in the play-in. I even think making the second round of the play-in, I think we would write that off as a disappointing season. That's me. That's my guideline. Jason?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're going to need – there's so much context to it, but if we're going on this question, minimum, I would say the same. It's got to be a playoff series.
Yeah.
Because I can't think of a scenario where they're in the play-in and we go, you know what, I was okay with that if they get eliminated. Like, I just don't know what that scenario would be. Because if you think about really the 4 spots of the play-in, if you're 10, that's like the worst spot, so you kind of would have limped in and you won a game but then lost. I don't know how happy we are. If you got all the way up to 7 and lost at home twice, it'd be awful. Like, we'd be like, look at this. They're at 7. They have a really good chance. You have a home game. Oh, wait, you lost that one. Or you have a second home game. You lost that. That would be awful. So I would think at a minimum it's getting to the playoff series.
From the 916, text takes the lead. Yeah, I said it. 916-339-1140 is your text line. Guys, the ABCs of the Masters, basic and effective. You just do, 27 pages? A is for Augusta.
What's the extra page?
Oh, it's only 26 letters. Sorry.
We need to work on that. ABC's and counting.
ABC's, well, then you have to do the one to grow on.
Yes.
B is for birdie. C is for caddy.
That wouldn't work for C?
No, that wouldn't work for C, Chris.
D is for what?
D is for dog leg left or divot. Always replace your divots. Mm-hmm. E is for eagle, something you'll rarely see. F is for 4. G is for golf. H is for hole in one, which Jack Nicklaus's grandson had in the par 3. I is for Immelman, Trevor, who won it wide. Okay, we'll come back to I.
You might be good because there's just a Masters A to Z book.
Yeah. The ABCs of Augusta National.
Badges, egg salad, and green jackets.
P is for pimento.
P is for pimento. Oh, you know what? And we kind of have to kiss some ass on this. How about H? How about H? I said hole in one. How about H is for heaven? It's just, I think the angle here is you just making a book of all ass kissery that's accessible. That's accessible for kids
and really good pictures.
Amazing pictures that we can only get by taking them ourselves while we're playing around
on our phone.
Well, no, we're playing around in person, but we take the pictures on our.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what you meant. Yeah. Question 2, please.
Question 2.
The 49ers signed Mac Jones to back up Brock Purdy. Do you like this move?
We talked too much about the Masters here. Sorry. Yeah, it's great. Jason.
Good move.
Yeah. Okay.
Solid.
Yeah.
Solid back.
Yeah. Question 3, please.
Question 3.
Kings versus Warriors tonight in San Francisco. Who is favored and by how much?
Hey, I'm glad you asked, Chris, but you know what? I already know the answer. I'm going to turn it around on the two of you for once. Chris went first last time, I believe. I never know. I just always guess. For all I know, Chris has gone second 9 times in a row. But Jason, who is favored? Kings Warriors 7:00 tonight, not a 7:30 game. That's good news. TNT, True TV, and Max. Who's favored and by how much?
Warriors by 6.5.
Warriors by 4.5.
We do not have a correct answer, but I will say this. You would both still have your answers accepted using Price is Right rules. The Golden State Warriors are favored by 7.5. Jason Ross gets the win. Unfortunately, Vegas does not believe the Kings will tonight. 7.5 points. We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, he's good at business. Kelly Brothers. We'll ask him this question, by the way. We'll throw a question at him about how he'd shoot at the Masters only putting. We'll do all that right after this.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers. T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-292-7788. 800-292-7788.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. It's cold, and American Energy wants you to stay warm and make sure your system's operating safely. Here's the deal. A $49 tune-up inspection, which is regularly $119. That's a full safety and duct inspection. But guess what? If your system's over 10 years old, the tune-up is on them. That's right. It's free. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. And if you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Oh, by the way, breaking news, they're hiring right now. Here's the deal. They'll train you, full benefits, generous incentive-based pay. Just call today for more details at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Not only great deals from American Energy, but possibly a new career for you. Check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Joining us now on Sports Sense, certified financial planner Kelly Brothers. Kelly is an advisor with Cap Trust, one of the nation's largest registered investment advisors. Cap Trust counts among its clients numerous pro athletes and pro sports franchises, but most importantly serves many Northern Californians through comprehensive financial planning. Here's Kelly Brothers.
All right, always a wonderful time. Not only does it mean that we're coming up on the end of the weekend, it means we can educate ourselves with the lovely and talented Kelly Brothers. Good morning, Kelly.
I'm not so lovely at this hour of the morning, Dave, but then again, I'm never that lovely. So good morning. Great to see you both.
You know, you've played golf before, I would imagine, from time to time, especially in the business you're in. We were kicking around one of the fun sports questions of the last year. We'll throw it at you, Kelly. If you were able to place your ball at the farthest spot on the green from the pin for all 18 holes for all 4 days of the Masters, and everybody else had to play the normal way, do you think you could win the tournament?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think so. I think the slope and the stimp meter would be something I had never seen before and could not adjust that quickly to. There would be 6 putts.
Yeah. We did the math. We figure you got to putt somewhere between. You have to average between 3 and 4 putts per hole to shoot in the 60s. That's what you'd have to do. Which sounds doable.
It does sound doable, but my goodness.
Yeah,
especially depending on the pin placements are hard. And I wouldn't bet on myself on that. I'll just say that.
It makes you wonder, would you ever roll one in? Just be
one.
lucky. You're like, hey, I got a hole in one.
Oh, you'd hit one. And
I think you would over 4 days, 18 holes
per day. Yeah,
absolutely. It was 72 holes. Yeah. You're rolling one in, and then Vern Lundquist comes out of retirement in your life
and hands you a pimento sandwich.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, stay tuned for our ABCs of Augusta book coming out soon.
That's right.
Kelly, Arco Arena was the first. Some people don't realize this, much like the Sacramento Kings, or should I say the Kings. That franchise was the oldest franchise in all of the National Basketball Association. They also don't tend to realize that Arco Arena was the first major arena sponsorship in all of sports, but California might not like that today.
No, you're right. It's just we live in very interesting times, as we all know, Dave. So while you have a president who says drill, baby, drill, you have California's Senate Majority Leader urging California sports teams, Dodgers, Kings, A's, Giants, on and on, to end sponsorship deals with oil and gas companies. They say it's not good for our community. It's not in the best interest of the planet. So they wanted to end it. It's not going to happen anytime soon. There's too much money involved, and people are still driving gas-powered cars, whether they like it or not. So maybe not gas-powered lawnmowers anymore. At least you can't buy them here. But it's just interesting that they would go so far as to ask sports teams to give up the money you're getting from oil and gas companies who want to advertise in your arena or with your team.
Yeah, you're saying they're asking, but like I agree with you, Kel. Is there ever? Well, I wouldn't say ever, but is there a chance this gains any momentum? Because you follow the money, it feels like there's no way.
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's too much money there. Even the Kings run, the game where you got to stop on the penny, right? They run that thing. So I think that's Shell. So
the other day, by the way. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, but no, it's just so it's just so interesting to have a state so at odds with your federal leader, and then you got you got Elon Musk, a guy whose politics are completely at odds with the people whom he sold most of his cars initially to.
Here's my thing, Kelly. Look, like if you're gonna do that, okay. But then look, if I own a sports team and I've got Arco coming in and being like, "Hey, we'll sponsor your arena for $1 billion over 5 years." I'm just using numbers, whatever. And I have Hippy Dippy Lettuce Wraps offering $800 million. Well, fine. You want me to make the decision? Great. But don't tell me it's because I'm a good guy, because this is business. Where are my incentives? What are the incentives you're offering as a state for me to take less money? Are there tax breaks, or is there this or there that, whatever? They already do it if you drive an electric car here. So I'd be very curious as to why, or if they're not offering incentives to incentivize those franchise owners.
And they're not, at least
they're not
yet.
Of course they're not.
And we've seen this in the past. There was a similar situation with tobacco. And, gradually tobacco advertising went away, mainly not because the government said it was bad, but because the people came to realize I should not be smoking cigarettes in most cases. Mm-hmm. So the public kind of said, that advertising doesn't mean anything to me anymore. So
yeah, but yet you still have the Jack Daniels, Coors Light, Bud Light, Michelob Ultra 500 in Talladega.
Oh, absolutely. Not only that, you got, junk food, soft drinks. You can make a case on a lot of things that are not good for you. When does the government tell someone you can't advertise that anymore? And my feeling has always been, as long as it's legal in the state, they should have the right to advertise it. There was a very public situation with CalPERS years ago where they got rid of all their tobacco stocks. And they said that it wasn't for moral, virtue signaling. They said it was because of fear of lawsuits. But someone went back and looked and said, wow, if you had held on to those tobacco stocks, that would have been an extra $1 billion into the coffers of CalPERS to pay, California state retirees. And so you got to be careful now with some of these issues. But this is the latest one. It's not going to go anywhere, at least not yet. But obviously, in a world where Chevron just announced after 200 or 150 years they're leaving the state of California, the day is probably coming.
Yeah. Kelly, Dave and I spent a little time the other day talking about a former King. He had spent some time with the Kings, but Junior Bridgman, who, there's other athletes that have probably become more iconic or in our pop culture, just kind of top of mind of what they've been able to do with their business life after sports. But he was incredible, and unfortunately he passed away. But what a career after his professional career for Junior Bridgman.
Legendary. You can't underestimate how successful this guy was, and for all the right reasons. If you ask most sports fans, hey, give me your list of sports billionaires, they're going to get every name except for Junior Bridgman.
That's right.
They're going to get Michael Jordan. They're going to get Magic. They're going to get LeBron. On some of those lists, Serena's there, but Junior Bridgman was there, and really interesting story when he was traded for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and the owner of the Bucks said, "Hey, I'm putting some money into this new thing called a cable system." No one even knew what it was. Put some money in alongside. He did. He made money. Then he got it up to where he had 500 Wendy's, Chili's, Pizza Huts. He sold all that and became a Coca-Cola distributor with the territory that spanned 3 states. And that grew and grew, and he recently became a minority owner of the Bucks. But they were estimating he was worth almost $1.5 billion. And he was a guy who would buy these fast food places. He'd put ex-cons to work. He would train them. He would mentor them. If they relapsed, he would go bail them out from jail. He was just a really good, smart dude who ended up being worth $1 billion. Sadly, he had a heart attack or an aneurysm or some sort of sudden event last week and died at 71, way too early, but just a very smart man.
Former Kings minority owner when Vivek took over. Former King, technically. He came over in the Derek Smith Clippers trade and then probably looked around and, speaking of being a smart guy, went, yeah, I'm good.
No, thanks.
I'm retiring.
Yeah.
I'm going to go focus on Burger Kings and Wendy's.
That's right.
But no, definitely a huge loss, a model for an ex-athlete and what to do with their monies. Indian Wells, there's a rumor down in the Palm Springs Rancho Mirage region that Larry Ellison of Oracle fame has a specific table at Nobu, the very expensive sushi restaurant down there. And when he comes down anytime, and he will be known to come down for an afternoon to have lunch, he is escorted to his table and the chefs know exactly the meal he and or his guest wants. Now he owns the whole thing.
Yeah, I just find it interesting. Every year I hear more and more people going down to Indian Wells. It's a great excuse. It's kind of like, all right, I've done Scottsdale and I don't need, or maybe it's like, hey, the A's are going to be here this year. I don't need to see spring training. I'm going to go, and they go down to enjoy some tennis, beautiful weather, great restaurants. If you haven't been to Palms, it's a really interesting community in that there's a lot of snowbirds. You meet a lot of people from Canada, from Montana, from Seattle, from Vancouver, and they live there for 3 or 4 months of the year. But Larry Ellison was smart enough. He purchased that tennis tournament for $100 million, which tells me it's worth a lot more than $100 million, or he can make it worth a lot more. It's the BNP Paribas Open, I believe it is. But, it never, athletically, it doesn't get a lot of run. But in terms of people going there for it, to sit in 78-degree weather and watch world-class tennis, it's pretty good.
Finally, I see your note here, Kelly, and I am, if I'm not the conductor, I'm certainly in the front car there of the train to honor Gary Gerald. But before we get into that, let me just say, I don't know why you would. It's not like he's been the only radio voice of the Kings since they started here through thick and thin. It's not like he's a model citizen. It's not like it would drum up a lot of energy and fun from the fans. It's not like you don't already have the Jerry Reynolds media entrance, which is well-deserved. And it's not like Gary Gerald's 23 years old. So I can't really find any logic, Kelly, in honoring Gary Gerald whatsoever.
My kids brought this up. They said, why isn't there something at Golden One that honors Gary Gerald? They just can't understand it. I mean, we're going to wake up one day and Gary will be gone, or you and I will be gone, one of the two. But I mean, Gary, what a legend. And we have the chance to honor him now. I don't understand. It is so rare to have a guy with all you just mentioned, Dave. Legacy, excellence on the broadcast side, and deep connection to his community. So rare.
Can I give you, look, I mean, you're a great parent. I know we have to break here. We're out of time, but would you mind if I offered an answer for you to relay to your kids?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Because we have, in some cases, because when it comes to PR, we have the absolute most tone-deaf ownership, top 5 in all of sports. There's no other excuse. I've asked off the record. I've asked behind the scenes to people I love there. It's asinine. And we're at a point right now where it's like, it has to almost be a thing. Like, there is no reason. You're not holding out for the right day. It should have happened years ago. And every day that it doesn't happen, it's not only an insult to Gary Gerald, it's an insult to the community. You're going to do it anyways. Right. Why not do it where it doesn't look like you were pressured to do it?
Yeah, or it's some sort of a eulogy. I mean, do it now.
100%.
Now.
100%.
Because he's the rarest of all birds, and we've had him for a long time, and he will be impossible to replace to the level that he has gotten into our consciousness.
Amen, Kelly brothers. All right, well, have a great weekend. Enjoy the Players' Championship, which got underway just a couple hours ago, and we'll talk to you next week, my friend.
Great to see you both.
Take care,
thank you.
Take care. That's Kelly Brothers. We're late for a break. When we come back, Kings, Warriors, and Zach LaVine spoke yesterday. Sam Amick joins us in about 17 minutes, and then the second half of the show starts next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. When buying a new grill, every detail matters. For March, grab a $149 gift with purchase of every new Napoleon Prestige stainless steel grill, including a pizza lover starter kit and much more. More March savings include up to $79 off Rogue models. Napoleon grills are built different, built better, built to last, with a lifetime warranty and premium stainless steel that boasts quality. See how Napoleon will help you achieve the perfect grilling experience. Visit Green Acres Nursery today with your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
Mosley here. Thursday's Toyota Tahoe report calls for midweek pow. And let me tell you, it's top notch. If you're around, you're scoring. Grab the keys to your Toyota and get dialed in for an epic day.
Thanks, Johnny. The heavy snow will taper off and give way to cloudy skies during the afternoon. A high near 30 degrees and snow accumulating 1 to 3 inches. Tonight will be a low of 19 and cloudy with snow showers developing after midnight. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
My wife was like, I want to go to Hawaii and I want to bring the kids. And I was like, whose kids?
Jim Gaffigan. Everything is wonderful.
I spent the entire time applying and reapplying sunscreen, which thankfully makes my skin whiter.
Jim Gaffigan, a night of all new material. Saturday, March 29th, the venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit thundervalleyresort.com.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, Folsom Lake Ford. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, like America's best-selling F-Series. Check out a huge selection of Mavericks, F-150s, and Super Duty trucks, or tech-filled SUVs like Explorers and Expeditions, plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. All in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with $0 down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest finance rates. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they are my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. For 35 years and counting, come down and take a test drive today. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Save Mart and McKee Brothers Plumbing and Rooter Incorporated. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
It's nothing to do with nothing, but Chris and I were talking during the break. I was I was showing I was showing them a clip. There's a lot of clips making the rounds on social media. It's one of the few times where social media actually is good, of Jeff Teague, the NBA player, on different podcasts. He might be the best storyteller of any NBA player ever. And if you get a chance, he's got all kinds of stuff. The time Lance Stevenson scored up 10 with 5 seconds left, and DeMar DeRozan and P.J. Brown got all over him, or the lack of brunch with the Indiana Pacers when he played there, talking crap to the wrong person. I love when ex-athletes give you behind the scenes in a way that's incredibly entertaining.
Yeah, it gives you something.
He is 100% a great personality. So if you see it, check it out. Sam Amick's going to join us in about 10 minutes. Kings Warriors tonight. Warriors favored by 7.5 at Chase Center. Kings been practicing lately, resting, getting a good amount of both in, which they need. And Zach LaVine spoke after practice yesterday. We'll start with his thoughts on Domantas Sabonis' availability. Zach? Oh, wait, am I? Yeah, I'm not up. It's playing. It's playing. There we go. I'll rewind it, and thank you, Chris.
Yeah, shoot. He was out there doing his playing against a guy, so his hamstring must be feeling better, but I told him just don't rush it. You don't want that thing to linger, especially not the time of year we are right now. So whatever time he needs to come back, but he looks pretty good.
Kind of got a feeling he's playing tonight. Doesn't it kind of sound like he's playing tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the original diagnosis was reevaluated in a week. We've hit that mark. It's been a few extra days from that. They had 2 days off. He did. I mean, the other benchmark is, can he practice? He did. So I think, how does he feel this morning? And if he's good, if there's any concerns,
right,
no.
Don't play.
But there's no reason to hold him out if he's ready to go.
Also, with Domas gone, Jonas Valanciunas, the tune has fit in amazingly. But doesn't mean you're not still missing stuff without Domas under center.
I mean, just the type player he is, from rebounding, communication, connecting. Domas does, everything. And he's done a lot for this team even before I got here. So I know JV will be happy he only got to play 17 straight minutes.
Probably some truth to that.
Yeah, I would imagine.
But again, this was the point of, like, now that Malik's back and if Sabonis is back tonight, they can't lose Keon. They can't lose Valanciunas. Like, those guys still have to try to have their impact, even if it's in a little bit of less minutes, or whoever plays.
Right.
That's where you're going. All right, let's get Sabonis is awesome, but let's also get a really good version of Valanciunas, and then there you go.
Before we get to Levine's reaction on the Knicks loss, somebody, our Master's book, Augusta book that we're writing, somebody had actually a great idea for our ABCs on Augusta. I've been meaning to tell you. How about this for a start? A is for Augusta, B is for Augusta, and C is for Augusta. And we just that's the book. We just run the whole thing through to Z. I don't think a lot of research would be necessary, but I still think we should be able to play the course. Zaugusta. How would you do X Augusta?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Zach LaVine on the Knicks loss the other night.
I think we just ran to a team that just came off of 3 losses, sitting here waiting for us. We just got off a tough loss, against the Clippers. Obviously, you want to go out there and win those games, but they jumped on us early and we weren't able to fight back. So, got to look forward to the next one. We're not going to get it back.
That's the hard part about the NBA. Like, we can stick with them, but they have to just move on. I mean, you have to.
This is 100% not a shot at Zach LaVine. All athletes do it. I just kind of smile sometimes, like, when an athlete is asked, like, and by the way, like, what are they supposed to say? But so, any thoughts on the Knicks loss? Well, they've lost 3 in a row, and they came in and they got up 15 at the end of the first, and we just never could claw back, and we got to do better next time. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for the insight, dude.
Well, you're right.
But
like,
what's he going to say?
When you get asked every game, and that's
Right.
why sometimes, like, another kind of catch-all for an athlete might be, well, we just got to bring a better effort. And then they'll go, see, they're not playing hard. It's like,
Right,
well,
no.
I think those are, sometimes you just got to try to explain yourself. And you're like, I don't know. They don't always have all the answers.
And I want to back up again. I want to underline, that is not a shot at Zach. That's
Right.
a vet move. That's, if anybody's ever seen Bull Durham, you have not that he was using, platitudes and quotes and all that, but yeah, we got to bring a better effort. They out-hustled us.
Yeah.
We got to play our game.
Right.
What is that?
Exactly.
Were you playing another
their game?
Were you playing badminton?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Here's Zach on them having to be play harder against.
Yeah, I mean, we just have to be the harder playing team every night. I think that's going to be the main thing for us going forward. Defensively, we've been really good over the last, pretty much since All-Star break. But just being the harder playing team. I think defense will help us get easier shots offensively.
Yeah, I agree.
All of that.
One more from Zach on the Warriors tonight, as a matter of fact.
I mean, they've been hot. I think they're 9-1 the last 10. The team that's ahead of us in the standings right now, we got to find out a way to go at them. They just beat us at home. And from what I understand now, Sacramento, it's a pretty close rivalry. So we'll be ready.
There you go.
Yeah.
I said, what's it going to be like? Yeah, dude, they beat us last time. We're going to beat their ass this time.
I guarantee we're going to win.
Guarantee it. Steph Curry overrated, and we're going to prove it this evening. What are you going to do?
Exactly.
Let's take a very quick break when we return. All right. So I just want to say something before Sam comes on. We've had a lot happen since Sam came on last. We had the De'Aaron Fox game. That morning of the game, he and Anthony Slater dropped that huge article on De'Aaron and on the inner workings of the front office and the ownership and all that. We have not talked to Sam since then. So I know this is kind of still a triggery moment for we're not going to really do the Fox thing just because it happened and whatever, but we are going to discuss his article that happened last week amongst other things. So everyone just calm down and relax. We haven't discussed it all week long purposely. We made a conscious decision to wait till Sam came on so you can deal with it for 15 minutes. Plus, I think it's incredibly interesting. We'll talk to Sam next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first at 888-ALLSTATE or allstate.com. Like to check your sunroof is closed first before driving through the car wash.
Whoa. Oh, no. Wait, whoa.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So if you want to save money, check Allstate first at 888-ALLSTATE or allstate.com. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Old Spice Swagger Body Wash will make you the MVP of freshness and confidence. With its irresistible scent, it will transform your shower experience, leaving you feeling fresh on and off the field. Pair it with Old Spice Swagger Deodorant, the #1 aluminum-free brand that keeps you feeling like a Super Bowl champion 24/7 when used daily. But don't wait. This dynamic duo is available at Costco for a limited time only. Old Spice, official deodorant partner of the NFL and Super Bowl 59, where freshness meets football greatness.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys, I love this song. I love these nachos. I love our kickball league. Oh, I love this guy. What's your name? You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
Something amazing is happening. Technology is working harder, faster, and more reliably. It's delivering results that work. But who makes technology work? CDW. We're a full-service technology solutions provider, advising our clients and designing customized solutions so they can reach their goals and do amazing things. CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers. T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblett of Hoblett Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Well, it's the Ram Truck Month sales event, and I know that means discounts.
Right now, you can save up to $17,500 off MSRP on new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s. And we don't just have a few Rams. We have Northern California's biggest selection, with over 500 new Rams available.
It's the big city savings with the small town customer service.
Exactly. When you shop at Hoblett, you become part of the family. Plus, we don't just have big savings on Ram trucks. We have almost 200 vehicles at the Hoblett Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter and over 30 under $20,000.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HoblettDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblett, period.
$17,500 total net savings after $10,500 factor rebates and $7,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include $2,000 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance through Chrysler Capital. $1,500 National Conquest dealer cash. Must currently own or lease a Ford, Chevy, or GMC brand vehicle. And $500 on-the-job upfit. Must show 500 plus eligible upfit. 5 of this net savings. Sample VIN 684262. See dealer for details.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
All right. Well, I can tell this is going to be I'm kind of glad this is going to be a side topic of the conversation with Sam, Dave, Jason, Chris, back with you. Because this is probably the thing that frustrated me most about the De'Aaron Fox whole thing. It's not the Fox thing itself. That's a sidebar, but I'm looking at this would be a great way to intro Sam, but I want to have this conversation with him publicly. Now, granted, the vast majority are very positive, but Death916 in our chat says, ask Sam why he hates Sacramento. That article was anti-Sac. And Kenneth Kelly says, I understand why you have him on. He's a big reporter, but I'm so over this topic and all the digging into how incompetent our team is. I'll be back in 30 minutes. And I'm like, I want to be careful with what I say here because I know it's going to be quoted. If your attitude is plug your ears and tune it out because it's negative or you feel some sort of way about it, then that portion of the fan base deserves any losing we have in the future. And that's like such a terrible thing for me to say, but you deserve it. Like you're just walking into it. If you think that it's drama or Real Housewives, I mean, you're kind of right. But if it's something that affects the inner working of the franchise and is going to prevent the franchise or help prevent the franchise, which already has enough hurdles in being successful in the future, and you just don't want to hear it because you're just tired of the negative, that's the ultimate melty snowflake. Like, stop. You need to hear this. You need to be educated, and you need to know what the hell you're talking about. So I see this, and again, we're talking like 10%.
Right.
Well, I don't want to make it out to be like it's this big uprising. But I guess that first off, I'm very fond of Sam, and he's a real friend. But that aside, if Sam sucked, I'd be like, okay, well, he sucks. It's not that. It's just I get really we are lucky enough, and I'm not just saying this because he's on hold. I'll tell Sam he sucks if I think so. But we're lucky enough to have a guy, a national reporter who is connected throughout the NBA. He's literally a top 4 NBA reporter in the entire league, entire sport. We're lucky enough not only to have him on every week, but also for him to, what I think is turn a kind eye, to the Sacramento Kings and give us insight we're not going to get. And that's no offense to any local media. We don't have the access Sam does across the board. So the fact that he's reporting it and some of our Kings fans push back on it destroys me as I take up all of his time introducing him. Good morning, Sam. Hi, Sam. What an intro. How are you?
Good morning, Dave. A lot to unpack there.
3 minutes and 13 seconds. What an intro!
You counted. I'm standing. I'm standing in front of oncoming traffic for you, and you had to count me down like the Oscars. You know what, fans? Screw Sam. Have at it. Get in them comments right now.
Man, I just blew through the music, blew through the commercial break.
Yeah.
My God.
Well, I mean, come on. How do you
appreciate you, buddy? I don't need you fighting my battles. It's okay.
It's our battle. It's mine too because I'm with you.
No, you're right.
It's
I mean, it's.
Go ahead.
Here's where I land. Is I heard you break it all down. For one, I hope you're wrong about 10%. That might be. Maybe you're seeing the comments. I'm not. I mean, we are human nature-wise guilty of, and I'm as bad as anybody. If you get 98 compliments and 2 criticisms, your brain focuses on the criticism. So that's part of it. But what I also I think had crystallized while kind of listening to the way you see it is that I have to imagine that at least part of this is, parts of the fan base who have been through it for so long now and who had so much fun during the Beam Team stretch. And really this team currently that has provided some positive, happy moments, that the level of hope that these elements are ever going to change is probably nearly non-existent, if that makes sense. So what I'm hearing is it's funny, as a quick aside, this relates. I went to the game the other night against the Knicks, and I had a family friend who was there with a friend of his. And the reason I bring this up is wonderful guy named John, older guy, season ticket holder.
Not drunk neighbor, John?
No, different
okay.
John.
All right.
And talking to him about the team, I just realized how present he was, meaning he's a hardcore Kings fan who puts his money on the team, his hard-earned money, and he knew the stuff that I'd written and talked about behind the scenes, yet his only focus was, how Levine was playing with DeRozan and how Doug Christie was coaching. And it was so present that it made me kind of realize that sometimes you and I and people like us in the media, we do underestimate the degree to which, the bandwidth that people have for this type of stuff. I think a lot of people, it's just pretty cut and dry. Is the team entertaining me? Yes. Awesome. I love them. Are they not on the court entertaining me? No, then I'm upset. To get in, to go behind the scenes like we do and understand the way they're functioning, I don't blame people for just kind of saying, I'm over it. I hope it works out. I just want to be happy about my team.
Yeah. So Sam, I'm thinking about the piece. Obviously it was after we talked to you on Thursday. I think that came out on Friday, the day of the Fox's return. And less about the fans, though we don't, I don't want to minimize their opinions on this, but I'm you write a piece like that, you're going to get pushback, feedback, applause, whatever it might be from those in the inner circles that you're kind of writing about. I'd be curious what you heard from some, or what was some of the reaction you got from those in the organization.
That's with you. After the story was out, I'm trying to make sure in my head that this is accurate. I actually think it was completely non-existent from the higher ups in terms of reaction. Plenty of reaction within the organization, just people who work for the team. And if I'm being honest, a sense in some circles of appreciation that Dave, like you kind of talk about, that there's, spotlight tends to kind of change the way people move a little bit. And I hope, in some circles that a story like that could have that effect. So, that was kind of it. I mean, I think part of that is because on the front end, you have they knew the story was coming. They knew, in kind of general terms, the nature of what was coming and had a chance to weigh in. Do I think some people with the Kings, probably think it was tilted too much in De'Aaron's favor in terms of telling the story? Probably, but the truth is the Kings have also chosen, and you can credit them for this. I mean, there's stuff that went on that I think, would swing some of it the other way that they chose not to share. They are aware that their reputation in the player community is not in a great place again because of this situation. And I think, wisely decided whatever whatever dirt existed, because there's always dirt on both sides. They chose not to dish it. So, I mean, that's kind of the framing of it. But yeah, I mean, no fireworks on the back end of it, Jay.
So you risk alienating the franchise, including ownership. You live in Elk Grove. You're going to piss off a decent portion of the Kings fan base. Is that in your head when you're writing it?
I mean, not to sound corny, but not really. Because I don't know. I mean, I guess I will be corny, man, because I grew up professionally at the B and take a lot of pride in the people who, because it was an old school environment. And I know this is a way bigger picture answer than you anticipated, but like, I was lucky enough to physically live in so to speak, live in a newsroom when I was a junior in college and look around the room at the Mark Kreidlers and the late Marty McNeils and the Aileen Boissins and Jim Van Vliet and all these different people. My point is, these are journalists who kind of show yes, we're playing in the sandbox. It's just sports, but the least you can do is just reflect what's actually going on, because you have access that other people don't have. And if you're just going to, wave your baton and be a fanboy, then you can get in the stands. And that's just not what the job is. So that part of my career has always been honestly pretty easy, because I just kind of got shaped a certain way. So I mean, that stuff, the collateral damage or I don't know what the inverse of that is, just the praise locally on stories that are happier. It's appreciated for sure and whatever, but it's not what the job is.
Is this the kind of like for you personally, do you like, what do you prefer to write about, Sam? Like, free agency or like this kind of behind the scenes stuff that you're getting from a lot of different sources? What's like a preferred top article you would rather put out there?
I mean, this bleeds into the last question, Jay. I mean, what you're hinting at is like, obviously I'm human. Like, I don't mind sharing. Like, when I walked in the gym after the day the story, came out, and, you kind of make a point to be there in person just in case anybody's upset. Like, I literally told somebody, I think it was Deuce and Mo actually, that it was like, man, there's just this like a little bit of an exhaustion and a negativity that comes with that. And I think admittedly it was getting to me that day a little bit, only because it is Groundhog Day when it comes to, some of the themes in that story. So, I mean, this actually kind of goes against my answer to your other question, but like, as a member of the community and a person who has kids and a family who has gleaned joy from the Kings when things, when their Beam Team year was happening, I would constantly be getting texts from neighbors like, hey, are you at the game? They're on the road. Why don't you come over and watch? Everybody's happy. You know what I mean? So that element makes stories like this not as fun when it's not going as well. As much as I do enjoy getting behind the scenes, it's kind of a mixed reaction. What I enjoy, it's probably a longer conversation, but I always love it when people are willing to share, kind of their story or their truth that they hadn't previously shared with you, interview leading to story, leading to kind of revelations and insight that not only tells you more about that person, but maybe even helps somebody else. I mean, I'm rambling as I try to crystallize the answer here. One example that I'll give you that's much more inspiring King story is over the summer writing about David Blatt, the former Cavs coach who was battling MS and who was working with Team Canada and kind of his incredible fighting spirit as he tried to help the Canadian national team and really hold on to his favorite, one of his favorite parts of his life, which is the game. And, stuff like that certainly is more uplifting and fulfilling than a story like this.
We'll move on to the X's and O's here, because we don't want to spend the whole interview on the postmortem. But I guess what I've, just having the conversation in our hometown, I guess the thing I've struggled with the most, and maybe I just need to give more grace and understand that just because I think this way doesn't mean, Fred has to think this way. But I think through the whole process, watching that article come out, and you mentioned it before, we're in a sandbox. We understand it's sports and not real life, and let's let that hang for a second. But imagine if somebody was like, "Hey, Woodward Bernstein, yeah, he did burglarize, the whole Watergate Hotel and all that, but this is going to cause a lot of problems for America. And do you hate America? Why do you write about this?" Like, to me, sports investigative journalism is almost, and I mean this with respect, it's like an oxymoron. It's like, okay, it's sports, who cares? But people care, and billions of dollars get spent, and people want to spend their hard-earned money. And when there are things that aren't great and fun and exciting to, as you said, Sam, sunlight's the best disinfectant, and you get in there and you do that, I guess I just, for the life of me, can't understand. I can't understand why that's met with negative comments. I also can't understand why, in the middle of that whole diatribe of a question I just had, we lost Sam, but we did. I saw it on the phone.
Oh,
I think he hung up. You think he was just tired of talking about it?
I know he's going to transition to video.
Oh, is he?
But I don't think that's happened
yet.
I
didn't think he was just going to hang up. Did you notice at the beginning of that whole thing when he talked about when he got to the gym? At first, I think he meant when he got to the practice facility.
Yeah, exactly.
At first, I thought it was him saying
a flex on a flex, a real flex.
Literally flex and say, "There's Sam right there." Sam, I don't know where I lost you in that whole.
I got all of it. I was here.
Okay.
I hit the button. I was backstage. But
I got you.
How long was that question, Sam?
Yeah.
2 minutes and
you guys shut up.
Seconds.
I'm gonna write an article about you. But Sam, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I don't understand the blowback when it's like it's a service. It's a service to the fan base, and that's how I see it. It is a service to the fan base, and not an easy one to provide. And still, there are some that are like, I don't want to hear it.
No, that's fair. I mean, the Kings are not alone. I had a guy ask me locally the other day, how many, and really kind of in defense of the Ron Adive ownership tenure, how many organizations do you truly think are run well? And so the premise was, are you making too big a deal out of stuff that is an element everywhere? And I obviously can't, kind of authoritatively give an answer on that, but it kind of like you just laid out, that's just not the way I think, which is, first of all, I think, they are certainly among the worst historically. Secondly, like, think if you're a Knicks fan, right? And it's a good example. It's higher profile than the Kings. They've got their own dysfunction, but Knicks fans, I think, go through a similar battle where they just want to do the Spike Lee thing and root for their Knicks, but they have an owner in James Dolan, who is disastrous in a lot of ways. But do you really truly not want to know anything about the guy running the team, or the people that he empowers, or the people he's listening to? And maybe the answer for some people is no.
Sure.
And you just kind of, it's sports, and you want to roll the dice and hope that the roster one of these years is good enough that it doesn't really matter what's above the locker room, so to speak. They're going to provide some good times. I think it's just partly a personality thing. And again, I go back to that word bandwidth, man. Like, people, like, sports is an escape. And if you are invested in a team, like so many Kings fans are, I really don't judge anybody for being frustrated, because you're trying to invest your time for a positive feedback, not, something else that stresses you out or frustrates you.
Yeah, and maybe on that thought of, like, Knicks fan, or the correlation might just be as simple as, if your team's winning, it kind of may not matter what the internal, Lakers and Phil Jackson and Shaq and Kobe pretty famously weren't all, jiving, but if they're winning titles, who cares?
To that point, Jay, here's another example I've thought about recently. Because, we got to be honest, there is something very accurate about the fact that, like, when the team is winning, we in the media, for one, we spend less time digging on how things are operating. We just focus on what's happening most of the time. Secondly, even if you know stuff, you have to read the room. Like, if during Beam Team era, we found some stuff that was kind of wild, at some point you're going to just look like you're trying to crash a party.
Right.
And so it affects the way you cover things. So the Lakers come to mind, right? Like a couple of years back, fans in Laker Nation were excited because they got LeBron, they got AD, and they got former MVP Russell Westbrook, right? And some people thought it would work, and it wasn't working. And Darvin Ham was the coach, and it was going downhill. And I remember that I wrote, and again, I obviously spend a fair amount of time trying to report on things like, okay, who is the owner listening to? So Jeannie Buss, I had discovered, was still in pretty frequent contact with Phil Jackson. You know, first of all, her longtime fiance and longtime legendary coach of the Lakers, but not officially a Lakers employee. So what we learned was that Phil was actually a really big fan of Russell Westbrook's, had a lot, held him in really high regard, and that perspective was impacting the way Jeannie saw the situation with Russ at the time. Now, I only bring this up because when I wrote that, Lakers fans were furious. Like, why the hell is she still listening to old Phil? And I remember thinking to myself, like, man, I get it. And I get that he's not officially a Lakers person anymore. But my God, it is Phil Jackson. We don't need to act like she's listening to the guy at the mini mart. Now, you know, that compared to the possibility of Anjali Ranadive and Jeremy Lamb having some voice or influence on the Kings, similar type stuff, received differently, because at that time, Laker fans just, you know, they were already pissed off at their team. It only made it worse. I think this Kings fan base right now is just trying to spin things in a positive direction.
Sam Amick joining us. And I guess last thing on that is, like, you know, to be fair, you just got done mentioning Jeannie Buss. You know, not to get too personal with Vivek, but I believe one son, at least last I checked, is serving in the military, or at least was. Other one is, I think, an investor, entrepreneur, and very successful in his own right. And he has his daughter. And when you look at, Stephen Jones of the Cowboys, Jeannie Buss of the Lakers, on and on and on, I guess it just does bear the question that if you wanted to kind of flip the whole thing and go, okay, well, here's another angle. 68-year-old or 70-year-old, however old Vivek is, owner, is bringing his kid up the ropes to learn about how a team is run so that she can eventually take over majority ownership and run the team. Well, I mean, is that really that out of the ordinary?
Not in a vacuum, no.
I'm trying here, Sam.
Yeah, as you know, I'm not going anywhere from there, brother.
Sure,
I mean, it's, you know, yeah. I mean, no. If all things being equal, the answer to your question is no. That's not
right.
The question then becomes, you know, okay, what? I'm not even touching that.
I understand. I got you. Hey, Kings Warriors tonight, Jason.
Yes, and Sam, kind of to your point, you've been at the last couple games, and we've seen. You know, I don't know if it's completely up and down for the Kings, but kind of when they lose, they had the heartbreaker the other day, then the complete dismantling by the Knicks. But then there's been pockets here where they've looked pretty good. It's a little bit of a hard team to read. Conversely, the Warriors couldn't be much hotter. But just, I guess, back to the Kings, Sam, just the little bit of the up and down nature of what this team is. Maybe that's who they are, but just kind of your opinion on what you're seeing from Sacramento right now the last week or so.
Real quick along those lines, what's the Domas status that I should know, but I don't?
He practiced yesterday, but, you know, it's not been 100% certain that he's playing, but that's a good sign.
Here, I'll give you Zach LaVine spoke on it after the game here. Or after
Yeah, shoot. He was out there doing his playing against a guy, so his hamstring must be feeling better, but I told him just don't rush it. You don't want that thing to linger, especially on the time of year we are at now. So whatever time he needs to come back, but he looks pretty good.
I don't know, game time decision.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's been nice and you know, to try to add some positivity to the Kings front office. To, you know, picking up Jonas Valanciunas at the deadline was a lifesaver when it comes to this particular season. He's been good in that fill-in role. You know, they function differently. You know, they obviously are a wing-heavy, ISO-heavy offense, and one that when Domas does come back, and that's kind of why my mind went to him first. I think it's been pretty apparent how much, you know, he's had to adjust to a new system with this version of the roster and with Doug Christie's system. Domas is a guy that flourished as much as I think he and Mike Brown battled quite a bit. And I think, at the end we're kind of not in a great place. I think that he's aware that the way he was handled offensively aided him. And I think the comfort level hadn't been there before his injury. I'm curious to see how he plays when he gets back. Beyond that, they're just one of those teams in the West that's trying to scratch and claw and get in there and outlast the Phoenix Suns. The Warriors it's crazy. I mean, they're 10-0 in games with Jimmy Butler since he came. So they have yet to lose with him on the court. So it's a pretty tough out tonight for the Kings.
I guess we said no more article, but that is something we haven't talked about. On a scale of 1 being no big deal and 10 being DEFCON, well, whatever the bad DEFCON is, I think it's 1. How worried should Kings fans be, in your opinion, on the idea of Domas Sabonis wanting a check-in on the future direction of the franchise or whatever he said? How worrisome should that be for Kings fans?
I mean, before I answer, it's, we just spent a half an hour where the takeaway was stop telling Kings fans bad things. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
Okay. Well, we'll wait and see.
5 or 6. I don't know. I think that here's the thing, and this is where I'm going to sound defensive, and it's fine, but like the stuff that people are mad about me sharing, it's like, you can get mad all you want. This is literally significant factors. These are significant factors in why De'Aaron Fox pushed his way out of town. And more importantly for the future, they are significant aspects of the current calculus of important players on the team right now, including Domas. I think he's at the top of that list. And I think, he would like clarity on the team's process, influencers, decision makers, who is running things, where is this going? What is the vision? So, I mean, I'll put it at a 6 and then again.
And just to wrap up the interview here, isn't that really ultimately, I think, where the disconnect lies? Like, so many are focused on Fox. Did he push his way out? Did he not? Did he handcuff the team? Was he forced out? Is it really just about process? It's about Mike Brown and the airport and what led up to De'Aaron Fox and Domas now and DeMar DeRozan going, well, I don't have that many years left, and all these little things we hear about behind the scenes. Screw Fox, he's gone. Whatever, he's a Spur now. We're all on the same page there. Isn't it really just about, guys? If you don't, it's like going to the doctor when you're a full-time smoker, and they're like, hey, I think we need to do a lung X-ray, and you're like, I just don't want to know. I just don't want to know. Well, it might be bad news, but might be bad news if you get it early enough. It could fix something. I know I'm using a crazy analogy right there, but as with any bad news, sometimes you find it out, Sam, and it can kind of help prevent that stuff from the future.
Yeah, I mean, one example that comes to mind, like when the Clippers said goodbye to Paul George, Norm Powell at Media Day said that it was an addition by subtraction, and he was excited because it meant opportunity for other players, right? So there's there's this clean cut with the player, and the guys who remained, or at least that particular guy, basically said, hey, let's go. We don't need you, buddy. This is different. This is some of the current players who remain actually privately kind of saying, well, did De'Aaron have a point? And might I need to also ask similar questions before, deciding what I think of this group? So yeah, I mean, I agree, but thankfully, I'm not living in your comment section or mine too often. Every once in a while, I clap back a couple times on this latest story. But it is what it is.
Keep doing what you're doing, Sam. We appreciate it. And you can check out The Athletic. Get yourself a subscription like I do, or have 2 of them, and check out some of the best journalism in a world where we lack a lot of journalism from Sam Amick, Matt Barrows, and so many others. Sam, appreciate you, and we'll talk to you in a week, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Be good.
Thank you. Take care. Way late for a break. Good conversation with Sam. You can pick that up on YouTube, whether now or later, shortly after the program, as you can with any of our other interviews on any of the other shows. We'll take a break. When we come back, more sound from Kings practice yesterday as they prepare for Golden State. We'll get to that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back, He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Meanwhile at Xfinity.
Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary, not guaranteed.
Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleyststrong.com.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
There's no better time than now to get yourself into a brand new Jeep because it's Jeep Adventure Days at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, offering the best deals in town and a selection other dealers are jealous of. Stop on by. They're just off of Business 80 across from Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Our rivers are a part of Sacramento that we can all take pride in, but just one piece of litter can ruin the picture. Alan Stiles here from Sacktown Sports. Let's keep our community beautiful and make Sacramento litter-free. Learn how at BeRiverFriendly.net.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sacktown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SacktownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater. Sacktown Sports is bringing you the biggest live events in town. Whether you're rocking out or dancing the night away, check out the Sacktown Sports live events calendar. Crank it up with Steel Panther at Ace of Spades on March 15th. Then catch rising country star Alexandra Kay the next night, March 16th, also at Ace of Spades. On March 22nd, experience the magic of the Ronstadt Revue featuring Jasenia at the Crest Theater. Then get ready for an epic night. Papa Roach and Rise Against take over Golden One Center March 29th, while comedy legends Jay Leno and Arsenio Hall bring the laughs to Hard Rock Live Sacramento on that same night. And for country fans, Lee Brice and Walker Hayes hit Ironstone Amphitheater on June 21st, and Parker McCullum takes the stage August 16th at the Ironstone Amphitheater up in Murphys, California. Don't miss out. Find more info and score your chance to win tickets at SacktownSports.com. The Sacktown Sports Live Events Calendar. Your ticket to the best seat in the house.
Save $11,000 off MSRP on every new 2025 half-ton Silverado LT Turbo Max. After rebates at the Meta Chevy Silverado Supercenter. $11,000 off new Silverado at MetaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
See dealer for details.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. It's cold,
And American Energy wants you to stay warm and make sure your system's operating safely. Here's the deal. A $49 tune-up inspection, which is regularly $119. That's a full safety and duct inspection. But guess what? If your system's over 10 years old, the tune-up is on them. That's right. It's free. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. And if you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Oh, by the way, breaking news, they're hiring right now. Here's the deal. They'll train you, full benefits, generous incentive-based pay. Just call today for more details at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Not only great deals from American Energy, but possibly a new career for you. Check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Carmichael Dave. He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Thanks to Sam Amick. We'll get to the Kings in a moment. 1-800-920-1140 is your phone line. JR, good morning. Hey.
Why do you have to alienate the one national reporter that gives us good scoops?
Well, I'm alienating everybody. I got this during the break. I got this Twitter direct message from Ron Reagan.
Oh, wow.
I thought he passed. Maybe it's his son.
How's he doing?
He says, dude, such a letdown. You're all afraid of ownership, not wanting to talk about everything involved with ownership. You're so afraid to criticize the front office. Be a sports radio host. Have an honest take. Pathetic. He's right. Wow. I mean, yeah, we're just shying away from that topic. You can't win, JR, in this business. You can't please everybody.
You can't win. You can't win. All people remember is your worst moment, not your best moment. Right. That's a Ted Lasso comment, by the way.
Yeah,
I want winners.
Yeah,
I want winners. Where is that guy? Let's have him coach this team. Yeah. Hey, you guys seen the series? I'm sorry, I think it's a Netflix series about the Laker thing with Jeannie Buss. I forget what it's called. It's basically based on her running the Lakers.
I have not
just heard that series.
Mm-mm.
Okay, it's really good. And Sam just pointed and said there's one character who's kind of a drag on the team, and it just proved that she was still talking with Phil, who she ends up being with a little bit. She kisses this guy, and it's so funny because it's identical to what he just explained with Westbrook. I mean, this guy is a character, and he must be a Westbrook character. So you should check it out. It's like Fly By Loser Town or something. I forget what it's
Fly By Loser Town. Oh wait, is it? It's not that HBO series, right? Is that what?
No, there's a Netflix one that just came out with Kate
really
Hudson
good.
and Chet Hanks.
Kate Hudson, yeah.
Wait, is that the one that's called like Point Something?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
My wife keeps my wife's got my butt trying to watch this thing every day. She's like,
it's really good. I'm telling you, it's good.
We just actually had an argument about this last night because she's like, I really want to watch the show with you. And I'm like, dude, we still haven't finished Lucifer. We still haven't finished
you call your wife dude?
And bro. She's more masculine.
Is it Running Point?
Yeah.
That relationship's going well.
Well,
Way to alienate another person. Even the person God. Dave, have a real conversation. Bye-bye.
Thank you. 1-800-920. He's got a point. Kenneth, good morning.
What's going on, Dave? It's Kenneth from the chat.
Hey, Kenneth, how are you? Thanks for calling in.
Hey, I'm great. And you know what? I came off a little brash by just saying I was going to tune out. So I did listen. Here's the thing, and here's where I'm at with it. I get it's a big story, and we are lucky to have Sam. My whole thing is we have a whole off season to talk about Angelili and Jeremy Lamb and all that. I mean, I've been a fan since Yogi Stewart, Lawrence Thunderbrook, Olden Polnish on the court.
Nice.
So I'm well aware of how frustrating this franchise and ownership has been for a long, long time. But right now, we got technically the biggest game of the year tonight. You know, the next one will be the biggest game of the year. We're in a really crazy West playoff push. There's a lot of stories. There's a lot of things to talk about. And it just gets like Sam said, you can only take so much of the same thing before it's like, yeah, I do tune in to make my day. Like it's a Kings game day. I'm trying to get excited. It's like, I don't want to hear about, Angelili. You get what I'm saying? Or is that, am I off?
No. Listen, first off, number one, thank you for calling in and explaining your point. Number two, if despite my mouth, if you don't want to listen to something, it's your right. God bless, and we appreciate any time that you tune in. Let me just say this in my defense and push back on me. We don't have to part as agreeing. Here's my personal defense on the whole thing.
Okay.
Sam came out with the article last week on Friday when De'Aaron returned. Our last visit with Sam was Thursday. This is the first chance we had an opportunity to speak to him about this article since he came on, and it was a 20-minute interview. We do 1,200 minutes of radio per week. It's the first time we've spoken about it this week. It'll almost certainly be the last time we've spoken about it, and the rest of it is Kings basketball, current, yesterday, and tomorrow. I personally don't think it's egregious to take 20 minutes to talk to the author of the article for the first time about it and then be done with it. And you can disagree with that, but that's my reasoning.
Well, you're 100% right. I think what it is for me is I'm such a big Kings fan, like not a pom-pom waiver, that I listen to so much different shows you guys have on 1140, different podcasts, different insiders. And so like when you're in tune that much, it just gets to the point where it's like, okay, I'm going to tune out this segment because as a fan, I got to move forward. Like there is some exciting things going on with the team, and there is some storylines with the team. Like Scals went back to Stockton. Is Sabonis going to play tonight? How about Keon Ellis in his upcoming contract? And the way he's been playing defense, is he someone that we're going to pay? So you're right, totally. I get it. He does deserve that to talk about his article. It was just where I was coming with the chat was just like, man, I've listened to it. I've dug into it so much myself that I'm just gonna tune out for this segment.
That's fine. And I think we can both agree too that there are people that didn't dig in, and that wanted to be educated on it. Also, I had another point and I completely forgot what it was.
But you're right though, Dave. You're totally right. Like he deserves a chance to. It was a huge piece, and there's a reason why it came out the day it did, and there is probably a lot to dig into. I think it's going to be a wild off season. So, anyways, I was just getting at you, let you know.
I appreciate you.
Coming off Brad, you guys are a great show,
brother.
Man.
I appreciate you and thank you, and that's fine.
Yeah, it just shows us too, like there, and we know this, but sometimes you need the reminder that people are all in different spots in regards to their fandom of this team.
I just had a guy call us cowards for not getting more into it, not spending more time on it. I mean, that's honestly, that's your. You can't please everybody.
Right.
You do what you think is best. Some people aren't going to like it. Some people are. Some people are Chris Roulade telling us to go to break. That's the same. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not? We got 3 in the key for tonight. We still have that sound from DeMar DeRozan as well, post-practice. We'll get to all that next.
Tonight, Kings and Warriors. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 5:30. Tip-off at 7.
The Kings play here on Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
All right, here's a phone number you can jot down, 916-304-9187. And on the other line, you're going to get the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez. And he is a lawyer right here in town, in our community, in Sacramento. He has been one of us. He's lived here for a long time, and he is in our community and wants to help those that need help in our community. And where's that help you might need? Well, you can go to sacklegaldefense.com, or you can call him, like I said, 916-304-9187 if you have questions. And the questions might be, hey, look, I've had this past thing that's still on my record. I'd like it removed if at all possible. Well, he has kind of a specialty in expungements. But maybe it's a criminal defense. Maybe it is a sexual harassment case, auto accident, wrongful termination. There are a lot of different reasons where you might need representation. You might not be sure if you need it. Well, that's why you make the phone call to see. He'll have the answers for you, and you're going to get to him. It's not like one of those big law firms that you see on television, and they'll give you that 800 number, and you'll see a face there, but you just can't get to them. This is someone that's got a small team working with him. It's his office. You'll be able to get to him, and he'll help you answer those questions. And really, his case preparation and overall approach has resulted in life-changing, impactful results for thousands of clients, and you could be one as well. 916-304-9187, the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez, or go to sacklegaldefense.com.
Mosley here. Thursday's Toyota Tahoe Report calls for midweek pow. And let me tell you, it's top-notch. If you're around, you're scoring. Grab the keys to your Toyota and get dialed in for an epic day.
Thanks, Johnny. The heavy snow will taper off and give way to cloudy skies during the afternoon. A high near 30 degrees and snow accumulating 1 to 3 inches. Tonight will be a low of 19 and cloudy with snow showers developing after midnight. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Spring is in the air, and that means gigantic savings for all your oil change needs at Jiffy Lube today. Get a $25 gift card with the purchase of any Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change through May 31st at your local Jiffy Lube service center in the greater Sacramento areas. And don't forget about the additional $30 off online coupon at jiffylube.com. Terms apply. Valid email address required. See pennzoil.com/rewards for details. Jiffy Lube, a huge spring savings for you today.
Let's face it, nothing makes you look older than you really are than thinning hair. But what if you could not only increase your hair count, but promote new hair growth without surgery, without drugs with potential side effects, and without a prescription from your doctor? Well, now you can, thanks to a breakthrough new supplement called Hair Grow, provided by New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Europe. Hair Grow is now available in the U.S. Only Hair Grow contains Tocogaya, a powerful antioxidant that has received a U.S. patent. Multiple clinical studies show Hair Grow is safe and effective in promoting new hair growth. In one study, 95% of the patients using Hair Grow saw increased hair count. Don't lose more time and more hair. Try Hair Grow today to feel and look your best. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS. Look younger and feel more confident with Hair Grow by New Nordic at NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS.
If you're not looking for a brand new car, at Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. We've kept only the best of our trades, and our buyer has found some of the finest pre-owned Hondas available in Northern California. You can see for yourself at elkgrovehonda.com. Whether you purchase a brand new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, your car buying experience will be the same. We have the right Honda at the right price. You'll find us in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
Let's update you real quick on the game of golf. Well, there's a number of things here, Jason Ross, but we'll talk about the Jordan Spieth experience. It's in full swing. He has played the back nine. Yes, you can say that at that course. Started out on 10, 1 under. Nice birdie. Okay. Followed it up with an eagle.
Whoa.
3 under. Par. We get to 14. Double bogey. Ooh. 15. Bogey.
Ooh.
16. Eagle.
So back to 2 under.
17. Bogey.
Ooh.
18. Birdie.
Okay.
2 under for the tournament. For Jordan Spieth, who is never boring. And then as if that wasn't enough, Justin Thomas, JT.
Sean's cousin.
He was 2 under very early and tied for first. He, again, also started on the back nine. And then he hit 17. Double. 18. Triple.
He must have gone in the water.
He went in the water. In the space of 2 holes, Justin Thomas went from tied for first to 56th.
Ooh.
Ouch. That's the Players Championship.
Yeah.
Looking forward to Sam's article on that one. What's going on behind
Wouldn't
the
you
scenes?
like to play the 17th at TBC?
When you say wouldn't you like to, like I 100% would, in a non-pressure, nobody else is there but a couple of my buddies. Nobody is behind us, and we can hit a couple. Yes, I would love that. I honestly.
What if I was there?
If it was just you and the two of us.
Just him? He would be heckling you.
Well, that's fine.
No, but there'd be other people there too.
I wouldn't be nervous about that, though. But if it was like, everyone's watching and I'm like.
And the drink again, huh, Dave?
I would definitely, I don't know, maybe, I don't know if you do this, Jason, when you play course, but there every once in a while, when I come up on a hole with a lot of water around it, I might reach into the bag and pick an older ball just because I know.
Scared?
I'm just thinking it. Well,
be confident.
The one hole-in-one I have in my entire life that I got a few years ago was one of the most jacked balls I had in my bag. It's still, it's there's all kinds of, it's old. It's it's like one of those, like I got from a driving range or something accidentally.
It was smiley face on it, just gash.
Come on, man. The amount of time, I never buy Pro V1s, but if I find one in I have a special pocket in my golf bag for like expensive balls that I find, and I'll play it. But if it's a water hole, I'm not trying to say bye-bye to the Pro V.
Okay.
Yeah. Chris, who's hot?
Oh man, what's hot and what's not was going to be Jordan Spieth, so I better change that.
Oops.
No,
sorry.
Anthony Edwards.
Oh,
he reached 2,000 career 2-pointers last night, and he reached 1,000 career 3-pointers earlier this season. At 23 and 219 days old, he is the youngest NBA player to reach 2,000 2-point field goals and 1,000 3-point field goals by over a year.
Wow.
He beat out
everybody.
But who was first before him?
Kevin Durant.
That's a great guess. It's not Steph, because Steph's always the weird one here because he was so injured his first couple of years. But I'm going to say Steph.
And he was a couple years in college.
Yeah, that's true. Durant's a really good guess. I'll say LeBron, but I know I'm wrong.
That's right. Luka Doncic.
Oh, him. Your guy.
He was 24 and 286 days when he accomplished the first.
Chalupa Doncic.
Problem with Minnesota, that was a team the Kings were trying to catch. They won 6 in a row.
I know. I
didn't think they beat Denver, and they did easily.
In Denver. Pretty good. Who's not?
Jaylen Brown. Celtics lost last night to the Thunder, 118 to 112. Jaylen Brown, in 38 minutes, he was 5 of 15 from the field, 0 for 5 for 3, only 10 points on the night. Also fouled out.
Well, that's not great.
Hit the road, Jack.
Yeah, he didn't have a good night. Well, I'll give an addendum as to who's hot. Paul George, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Donovan Mitchell, Karl Anthony Towns, Damian Lillard, Zion Williamson, Franz Wagner, John Morant, Jaylen Brown, De'Aaron Fox, Kawhi Leonard, Jaren Jackson Jr. They all have this in common, as do many others. Since the trade deadline, they all have combined less 30-point games than Quentin Grimes. Good job, Dallas.
I knew that.
Also, who's not? Former dean of the scores, our guy Iman Shumpert.
What makes him not hot?
Well, his divorce has been finalized with Tiana Taylor. She's receiving 4 houses worth over $10 million, a 7-figure payout, luxury vehicles including a $300,000 Maybach, a $70,000 Mercedes Sprinter, and a tour bus. She also retains full ownership.
I want the bus.
Right, like a tour bus. She also retains full ownership of her companies. He must pay $8,000 a month in child support and cover their children's private school tuition. Now, look, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying this. If you get all that, like, I just feel like the child support and the tuition should be included in your payout. Just make the payout a little bigger. I'm not saying, whatever.
Yeah.
Golly. People come up to me all the time and they're like, why don't you get a divorce? I'm like, that's why, pal. I'm not giving up the tour bus.
No, you got to keep the bus.
My wife and I were joking about this the other day because we can. We're coming up on an 18-year.
You guys are both sick.
We are sick. No, you're right.
We were joking about this.
Our marriage is.
I have witnessed you guys in the wild, and it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, 100%. That happens a lot, dude. And so our marriage is about to become an adult this July, 18. And so we're talking about it. We'll joke
so
about
your marriage is 18 years old.
Yeah, you relax. You just calm down. So we were discussing what would the toughest things be in the split other than the kids.
Mm-hmm.
What was
obviously?
So we're like going through like, well, what about
and the dogs?
Okay. So we had like a dog draft. We faux negotiated.
How'd that go?
Basically, so we both
got the first pick.
Well, we both agreed that Nacho she's gonna die soon. She's like 27 years old. She doesn't count. So both of us would want Gus, And both of us would want the other to have Gracie, but would still want visitation rights. But both of us want full control of Gus, full custody with visitation for the other, and then Gracie the opposite, right? So we're at a standstill, and Nacho's not going to be the deal breaker there. It's just there's no motivation.
As a observer, this would be my thought. Yeah, you should get Gracie.
Why?
You brought Gracie there.
I bought her because my wife got laid off, and I was trying to. I shouldn't have said that out loud.
You've told us several times.
Oh, have I? Okay, thank you. And I was trying to make her feel better. I didn't want the dog a lot.
Who's getting? What's the new one? Rusty.
Oh,
Smiley?
Wheezy.
Wheezy.
We haven't signed that contract yet.
10-day.
10-day.
That could be like the snake draft. First person gets Gus. The other one gets the other two.
I offered her my car. I was like, you can have both cars. Just give me full custody with Gus. She's like, I have one car. I don't need two cars. Okay. So what we came to the conclusion is this. I get all the TVs and all the electronic equipment and all the video games in exchange for, and really deep down, I know Gus likes her more. So I acquiesce. That's really the art of the negotiation. I knew the right move was to give her full custody of Gus with visitation for me, but I wanted to get a little something more out of it. So now I own all the electronics. If in this hypothetical situation, in the hypothetical situation. And by the way, that was a tougher negotiation than the kids. It was like, all right, you get Mason, I get Avery. That's how it's going to go. Because she's, she couldn't handle Avery. And Mason,
Oh, then you in the dirty room.
Those are the troubles of a single parent, Jason. Okay, let me tell you what I've been through.
Well, you guys might as well just stick together.
Let's do that. And in the end, we decided way too confusing to negotiate all this stuff. We're both going to lose a bunch of money. We might as well stay together. Yeah. Love you. And then we had beef stew.
I do like that you treat your marriage like you treat the Kings season of, I'm already assuming that this is going to go bad.
I already know where it's going. You might as well enjoy the ride. Do we have time for 3 in the Key? Or do we need to break?
We need a break.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, if Jason would quit going on his tangents, we'll get to 3 in the Key. We'll get to DeMar DeRozan. And let's look at the Kings-Warriors. You ever go, why do I write this thing, Jason? We'll get to the Kings and Warriors rivalry over the years. We'll do that right after this word from my good friends.
Yeah.
Got it. Because I'll tell you right now, in the divorce, you know what? She ain't getting my Hoblet vehicle. Not happening. I'll hold on to that sucker till the day I die. Because I'm getting the good deals. You hear that, young Kyle Ledbetter back there? I see ya. Take these notes, pal, on good relationships and marriage from somebody who knows nothing about it. All right, let's get to it. Look, everything's going on right now. It's a fine time. It is a fine time to get up to Hoblet, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, all the good stuff going on right now. And people always say, Dave, I want to buy a car. I want to buy a truck, but I don't know where to go to save some money. Yeah, people come up to me all the time on the street and ask that. And I say, well, friend, sit down. Pop open a root beer and let's talk. Because Ram Truck Month's happening at Hoblet. They're family-owned and operated, historic downtown Woodland for their pre-owned super center, and the Hoblet Ram Truck Center with a ton of selection. You can save up to $16,000 off MSRP on hard-to-find new 2024 Ram Heavy Duties right now. You get true pricing at HobletDodge.com. Not a bunch of hidden fees. The price you see is the price you pay. No surprises. No tricks like Oasis when they go on tour. Hoblet's the most trusted dealer in California, and they're known. Their reputation is having the largest inventory of heavy-duty trucks in the state. 2022 Ram Truck, #1 ranking. The J.D. Power's initial quality study. Search, select, and save at HobletDodge.com. You tell me good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you. We'll take a break. 3 in the Key. Kings and Warriors back at it in the rivalry. We'll take a look over the last few years. We'll get to that next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line, golf, Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 16. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever. That's 4 lines on unlimited welcome for just $25 a line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. You'll also get the new iPhone 16 Pro, 4 of them for the entire family when you trade in up to 4 phones from our top brands. That's a new phone for everyone, only on the network you can count on. Verizon. Visit a store today. 20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply for phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
Choose Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil designed for today's engines exclusively at your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Order for Jennifer C. Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve? Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Lowe's knows that your deadlines don't change, even when your job does. But with Lowe's Buy Online, Pick Up in Store, we'll help you adjust on the fly. And when you absolutely can't leave the project, we can deliver to your job site as soon as same day. Lowe's knows pros. We help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Yep. On the one hand, Jason, I got a big vat of beef stew waiting at home for me.
Right.
Should be a good day.
Okay. On the other hand,
my dad wants me to come over after the show so that I can do that in which I least want to do in the world. He wants me to help him hook up his printer to the internet, which is like one of the worst tasks to do because it's a whole freaking frustrating thing, right?
How does it never work the first time ever? It
never does, dude. It never works. And the instructions are stick figures. And then I'm joining our friend Greg Pop at 11:30 to preview tonight's Kings Warriors over on station we shall not name because you should be listening to Alan Styles.
That's right.
But just saying, like, nap time.
Not happening today?
It's not happening. And I got to be honest, I could use one today.
Alan really dropped the ball in the competition.
Did
he? Had you as a guest.
I'll say it again. Jason and I, and even Chris, are all available and eager, dare I say, is it this week?
Yes.
To go on other shows. Call us. We'll come on. And by the way, and reciprocally, we'll have you on so you can get a point. I think that's what it should be. I think hosts should get, I think that's the one place Jose messed up. I think hosts, for every Alan or Whitey or Kyle or Sepp or Kent or Scott Marsh or whoever or our guy golf
Frank.
Thank you, Frank LaRosa. Every one of those, the host should get the point because nobody has an advantage of bringing us on their show. They're giving us a point. Just saying, Jason. 3 in the key right now, please, before I forget. Got one. Kings and Warriors tonight on TNT. I hope that we don't get our ass kicked. But if we do, I will not freak out tomorrow because I'm expecting it all. So it's Friday. Back to you.
Pretty good.
Thank you.
That was one of your better performances.
I wrote it last night. Remix coming soon, everybody.
Will this change your mind at all? Pajemski is out.
Oh, the Pods is out.
Sabonis and Laravia?
Maybe. Questionable. Not as humans, as players today.
Kuminga? Probable.
Also, the new Jonathan Kuminga, Jimmy Butler combo is not working. Stop it and don't use it. I'll explain off the air, but I'm seeing it pop up on social media.
Got it.
Got
it.
You just got it?
Mm-hmm.
Either way.
Yeah.
Back to you, Jason.
Oh, yeah, either way. Yeah. Okay, let's go with this. First category, we're looking for points by a couple guys on their new team, Butler and Levine. So how many will Butler score tonight? How many will Zach Levine score?
Give me 23 for Jimmy Buckets. Give me 26 for Zachy Buckets.
I have 16 for Butler, 26 as well for Levine.
18 for Butler, 31 for Levine.
Oh, big night.
Can I make a request? If somebody gets it dead on with Jimmy, can we at some point somebody say the Butler did it just to say it? Like, hey, did you get those points? Yeah, the Butler did it.
Promise.
That'll be a funny Friday joke.
Funny.
Uh-huh.
So funny.
By the way,
It'll be even funnier if you remember it.
Totally won't.
Yeah.
100% will not remember. Back to you.
I mean, Jason will remember. I'm not remembering it.
How about the tune?
The tune.
We're looking for Warriors made threes, Kings made threes.
20 for the Warriors, 16 for the Kings.
I have 17 for the Warriors, 13 for the Kings.
16 for the Warriors, 20 for the Kings.
Wow, I hope you're right, Chris.
And then the random stat, something you're predicting that will happen in this game tonight, whether it's a stat or a storyline or something.
Buddy Hield will shoot under 35%.
Wow, he did not last time.
No, he certainly didn't.
Just from the floor?
Yes, just from the floor.
Okay. I have that there will be 3 or more technical fouls in the game.
All on Draymond Green, which would be a record.
It would be, but
I
he's
guess you
get them
technically could, right?
Can you get 3? I mean, you already ejected.
So you get the one technical foul in the first quarter, and then in the second quarter, you get a double? No.
I think you just get ejected, too.
Yay or nay, yellow card for the first technical, red card for the second technical in basketball?
Sure.
Okay.
You could sponsor them.
Yeah. The cards are
cards.
And are they like big? Like
huge one. Like, oh, and Scott Foster's pulled out the Rakuten red card. He's gone. But enjoy yourself. A nice trip. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Chris?
Valanciunas will make a 3 tonight.
Yeah. Shooting 3-pointer.
That's June. Is Jonas Valanciunas hitting a 3 the Kyle Juszczyk touchdown of basketball?
It became one.
Kind of is, isn't it? Yeah.
We're gonna get it. I've guessed it twice. You guessed it once, and now Chris.
The Jiffy Lube red card.
There you go.
What was yours? I'm sorry, I missed it.
3 or more technical fouls. That's got us to the red and
had
yellow
a whole
cards.
Conversation about it. Shut up, Chris. What is that?
I don't know.
Sounds like you need to go to Jiffy Lube.
All right. By the way, do we know who's on the? We don't know who's on the call yet, do we? It's
Kevin Harlan.
I was going to say it's got to be. Usually, it's Kevin Harlan for our games.
Which is Kevin Harlan.
Yeah.
Oh, and Stan Van Gundy. He was on earlier. He was on yesterday with the Drive guys. You can check that out at SackDownSports.com.
That's a good get by them.
Stan Van.
Was he live from a Kinko's?
I don't get it.
Only the real ones know.
If you know, you know.
Let's see.
They have a plaque there, right?
A Stan Van Gundy plaque. They should. Guys, who is favorite? Who is the favorite as of right now? If you had to guess to win the NFC West,
Rams.
49ers are currently plus 105 as the favorites to win the NFC West.
Wow.
Who is what place would you say the Niners' current odds are to win the NFC Championship this coming season?
20-1.
So I'm saying like what place? Sorry, like they are the 10th most likely.
If they're the favored there, that's
they're favored to win the West.
Detroit, Philly. I'll say third then.
Fourth.
We have a correct answer. Jason Ross. They are third. Super Bowl. The 49ers, what place are they?
So if they're third there.
Seventh.
Sixth.
We have a correct answer. Jason Ross. The 49ers are favored to win the NFC West. They are third to win the NFC Championship, and they are the sixth most likely team to win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
How about that? I want to get to the Warriors-Kings rivalry. There's no good place to put this. Probably at the end of the segment. Sorry, but honestly, we haven't said it yet. Happy trail, stupid idiot. R.I.P. to ex-King and personality Oliver Miller, who passed away yesterday. That's kind of got. I mean, everyone says, "Oh, too soon." 55 years old.
Yeah, I actually thought he was a tad older, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, didn't have him, like 70 or anything or 80, but yeah, man.
Number 22 overall pick by the Phoenix Suns in 1992. Played 9 seasons with the Suns, Pistons, Mavs, Raptors, Kings, and Minnesota Timberwolves. And he was, look, this is really early on, and but I don't know anybody that ever interacted with him that didn't enjoy the interaction.
Yeah.
He was just a character.
I saw that he passed. Was there
I didn't see. No, I didn't. But anyways,
Too young.
R.I.P. to Big O, Oliver Miller. Warriors and Kings. Now, this has developed. There's always been, back to the Mayor Cup.
Yeah. But now it's something.
Yeah. What started with Ann Rudin and Willie Brown trading trophies now is actually, for the first time, you've got both teams that are playoff competitive. And, of course, the Warriors have enjoyed far, far, far more success over the last decade plus than the Kings. We go back to the really the birth of the modern day rivalry. Jason, you did the research here. The Warriors in 2022 were 3-1 over the Kings in the regular season, and they won that first round series 4-3. And I would say this. I was thinking about this the other day. Lakers Kings 2002 biggest heartbreak, right?
Mm-hmm.
Biggest on court heartbreak. Was that series the second biggest?
Yeah, probably.
I think it was.
I mean, you're up 2-0, so you're in really good position.
It's the Warriors.
Yeah, you're the 3 seed, so I don't know how much they were the favorite, but whatever. 3 versus, and I think the 3-6 was like 2 more wins.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't like a dominant, difference, but I mean, we had the Draymond stomping on Sabonis' chest.
But I start to go like, okay, is this what do you call it? Recency bias, like bigger heartbreak than Weber injured Minnesota, the Timberwolves lost, but it does feel like it weirdly. But then you look back and you go, well, that Minnesota loss is really the harbinger of the downward spiral.
It was round 2, game 7.
Yeah.
C-Webb shooting a 3 at the buzzer.
Yeah. I don't know. It's up there.
It's definitely up there. And then to see Steph go for 50 in your building.
I don't like that. 23-24. They split the season series. Kings got the Warriors last year.
Yeah, eliminated
at
them.
1 center. And that was he sent Klay Thompson to Dallas on an 0-10. Don't forget, by the way, and again, your notes here, Buddy Hield is now a Warrior, so that's part of it. Also, you got Steph Curry and DeMar DeRozan, 26th and 27th all-time in career scoring. So they hate each other, obviously. And then this year so far, the Kings lead the season series 2-1, though it feels like almost a funeral march going into tonight's game.
Two blowouts, right? One by the Kings, one by the Warriors.
Yeah, absolutely. The Warriors have moved ahead of the Kings now. They have won 10 of 11. So certainly the Warriors are due to lose. That's what I say.
There you go. Why not?
We'll take a break when we come back. Just so glad we're taking a break here. One last look at the matchup tonight, and we'll see if we can't grab some audio from Doug Christie for you next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-931-6677. That's 800-931-6677. 800-931-6677.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Thought I had something else for you. Oh, I do real quick. I wanted to play this clip today. Look, I'm kind of the same way as everybody else with Stephen A. Like, all right, look, I respect the fact that he's good at his job.
He is just getting every
the whole
drop.
I will say there is something going on with Stephen A. that I'm weirdly finding myself enjoying. And there's these clips that keep making circulation off his radio show. His interactions with his nephew. I actually really think his nephew's funny. Have you ever seen these?
I have not.
Okay, so here's a little clip. You understand, it's a split screen. It's Stephen A. in the studio. And then it's his nephew, all right? And he's wearing a ball cap that says, "Don't ask me for nothing." He's wearing shades, nice chain, and it says, his hoodie says, "We rich." Okay, just.
Got fired on Friday.
You got fired?
Yeah.
What do you mean you got fired?
Oh, well, I went to work.
What'd you do?
I went to work. I was drinking on the job, celebrating my my contract. And how much you get? 5 years, $50 million? Was it 5 years, $50 million? Because I know you don't think the whole $100 million is yours.
First of all, only a fool discusses their money.
Oh, it's out there.
Secondly, it ain't nearly as it ain't as much as the reports say. Number two, here's my question. Here's my question. No, you don't have half. What the hell? You ain't my wife. I ain't married you. We ain't getting divorced. You ain't getting half. Who the hell told you that? That's number one.
I'm not your wife.
What?
You meet your wife when you're an adult. We've been together since I'm sandbox over here. Now, what were you saying? First of all, Friday, your nephew Jace came and woke me up talking about we rich. I'm like, we? I know me and your uncle rich, but why you saying that? You the one that let me know that we signed the contract. Because my son spends most of his time with his mother. I'll be with you, making sure you're right. Griff, cut to the pictures because I don't think he's understanding where I'm coming from. I've been around since day one. Look at me.
It's a little kid.
That's me. Last time I graduated, by the way, but it don't matter. Don't nobody got these pics but me. Show him another one. Let me see smooth Stephen A. Look at Steve. Nas hairline. Look, I'm raising your value. They don't know you got this type of stuff. All white, slick. I was there for that.
Okay, I want more of Stephen A's nephew.
That's what I'm telling you, dude. Find one of the videos and let the algorithm work for you. He's on like once a week, and he kills me because the whole thing is he just basically punks Stephen A the entire time. And props to Stephen A for letting him punk him, but We Rich is a phenomenal move.
Pretty good work right there.
All right. The Kings are either going to be 4.5 back of the Warriors tonight with 17 to play, or just 2.5 back and the tiebreaker.
That's important, obviously. It feels like, based on schedule, based on the way the Kings are playing, and probably more importantly, based on the way the Warriors are playing, that they can't catch them, but you just don't know. That's why you keep doing this. You keep playing. Injuries happen. Bad stretches happen. I mean, literally, we take both examples here. Look, you said you don't think the Kings are going to win tonight. That's not they're not favored.
I'm betting they're not winning.
Yeah, that's not a crazy thought. The Warriors are hotter. They're at home. So if we're coming in tomorrow and they lose, okay, I think catching the Warriors feels like it's almost no chance. But you just keep going on. But if you win, like now all of a sudden, I think we're all going to feel a lot better about the Kings. But that's obviously they're underdogs tonight.
I think if they win, if they beat the Warriors going into the weekend, I think we're going to be raise a glass.
Yeah. And then tomorrow night you play Phoenix, and I mean, you can almost bury them. I think they're already there personally, but they can still catch Dallas. Dallas is not like they're thriving, but.
By the way, I want to update you on the Players Championship. We told you Justin Thomas on 16, he started on the back nine, was tied for the lead very, very early. Since then, he has gone double bogey, triple bogey, and then a bogey on 4, a double bogey on 5. He was tied for first, Jason. He's currently +6 in 68th place. JT. Baby.
Welcome
JT. Max Homa also at 6 over. Hideki Matsuyama at 4 over. I'm just going with some of the big names. Victor Hovland 3 over that are not starting out right. It's the Jordan Spieth show. Another birdie. He is now, dear Lord, 3, 6. Early on, a 9-way tie for first place at 3 under. Wow. Jordan Spieth right now through, what do I want to say, 13. So we'll keep you updated. Should be a fun weekend of golf. Here is Doug Christie. He is the head coach of your Sacramento Kings, by the way. Talking about Domantas Sabonis practicing a little bit. Practice.
I think he's going to be day-to-day probably as they decide. But I look good to me. I mean, it's just I'm happy to see him out here, period. So just seeing his face, seeing him smile, get up and down the court a little bit, and shoot the basketball. As far as the health and when, I think that's going to be, it's going to still be up in the air, because those type of injuries, as somebody who has played, when it's soft tissue, sometimes you got to wake up in the morning and see how you're feeling after you stress it. So we'll see.
Makes some sense.
Yeah. Be very careful.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about what the team has missed, which is a ton, without Domantas Sabonis in the lineup?
I mean, he's talented, man. Like, he covers the stat sheet. So, he's going to give you about 20. He's going to give you about 10 and almost 10. Verticality at the rim, late reds on guards, because I think he moves his feet better than people think. He stretches the floor at the 5 and shoots a 3 ball. Like, want me to keep going? It's kind of a lot. I mean, we just miss him. His presence, what he brings to the locker room. There's a lot of different things, man, that you miss. It's not just one thing. Even when it's a score, you miss a guy who scores 28 or 30. It's not just that. There's the gravity. There's personality. There's a lot of different.
Well,
yeah, they do miss him.
I do think it's interesting when you talk about that's one of the buzzwords of conversation when it comes to sports. In fact, I'm hearing this a lot about the soccer team over in Huddersfield Town. What is the team's identity? We don't have an identity. What is the identity of the team? Well, I can tell you, for example, if it's a broader sense, people say, well, the Sacramento Kings haven't had an identity. They don't have an identity. Yes, they do. That to me is a big common mistake. Of course they have an identity. They have one of the strongest identities and brands in the entire sport. They're losers. they lose and they're dysfunctional. That has been a brand and an identity. We just as fans associate identity with good stuff. Like, well, their identity is they're hard-nosed, they're defensive-minded, they are run and gun, they are high-flying, Lob City, Splash Brothers. It's always we always forget, because I think we want to, that it's actually a lot easier to create a strong negative identity, which is what I think the Kings have had for a very, very long time. Now, I will say, Jason Ross, I don't know. I don't think the Kings have an identity right now. We talked about it the other day. Are they a really good, bad team? Or are they a pretty bad, good team? I don't know.
Yeah, and I guess if I went across the league, I'd almost ask that question to a lot of teams.
Sure.
I mean, honestly, what's the Warriors' identity?
I think 10 teams in the NBA probably at any time have a very strong identity, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah. And I think on nights where you've got a good version, like this is what I think Doug Christie would want the identity to be, is a team that it's a team. So it's not reliant on one person, that they share the ball, share the energy of that, play team defense, get a lot of guys contributing, playing hard. Energy. But
now, $49.
I think some nights we see that. I don't think it's every night.
That is 100% what Doug wants. Doug wants his team, as you just said, to be hard-nosed, hustle, dive on balls, leave it all on the floor, give the home crowd something to appreciate. And if you come in here, you're a hard out.
Yeah.
And by the way, I agree with him on all of that. I would also ask you this. Is there a coach in the NBA that would not want any of that?
Right.
Like I do. You know what I want my team identity to be? To win ball games.
All of them.
Yeah. And if they don't win, it's like, oh, wow, that's weird. Like that's Oklahoma City's identity right now. If they don't win, it's actually a bigger story than if they win.
Yeah, and I think you can get the label. So I was just looking up there was like New York and Tibbs. Oh, defensive minded.
Sure.
They're 14th in defense.
Yeah, they're middle of
their
the road.
offense is great now.
Right.
But he's got that label. So like, oh, you play a Tibbs team, you know they're going to be so physical. I mean, I think there's some elements to that, but they're not the best defense in the league.
No. But
he's got that label.
By the way, you know who else has that label? Detroit, Pittsburgh, the Knicks.
Yeah.
You know, has a label as always being a good offensive team. The Lakers. Cities themselves have labeled like Detroit, you're hard scrabble, tooth and nail, blue collar. I don't think the Detroit Lions were very hard scrabble and blue collar. They were an offensive juggernaut.
Crazy offense.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's not what we know from Detroit historically. We'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch, standings watch. We'll clean up some of the rest of our audio before we get to Alan Styles and celebrity birthdays next.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco! Paul George went up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Consolidated Communications.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center for your Thursday. All eyes on the rain and the unsettled weather continuing. We'll have lingering scattered showers, a chance for an isolated thunderstorm this afternoon, and temperatures much cooler with highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
For your home internet, choose more speed and less frustration. Fidium Fiber Internet was built for reliability. It's perfect for streaming sports, watching TV, and working from home. Check out fidiumfiber.com for speeds up to 2 gigs.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the A to Z savings event at AutoZone.
Yeah, happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with the rotors.
Free. Really?
Really, free.
Okay, I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah, how much is that?
Free with 5 quarts of oil.
Free? Really?
Really, free. It's part of the A to Z savings event.
You might as well call it A to free.
At AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC now recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Meanwhile, at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with 2 people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary, not guaranteed.
Look, I've played a lot of golf courses in Sacramento, but if you want pristine conditions, a fun layout, and 27 holes that never get old, Timber Creek and Sierra Pines is the spot. The fairway's perfect. The greens, smooth and true. The practice facility, next level. And whether you're out for a casual round or hosting a big tournament, Timber Creek delivers every time. The course is always in top shape. The staff treats you right. And the experience, it's unmatched. It's easily my favorite place to play in Sacramento. Book your tee time now at timbercreekgc.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Christopher Lott. Alan Stiles coming up next. He will preview.
I just saw him.
Oh, yeah? What was he doing?
He's getting ready for the show.
Huh.
I think he was eating a muffin.
A muffin?
Yeah.
That's a fine breakfast. Chris, I have an assignment for you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Find us between now and tomorrow. I think we've had a good week. We didn't make too many people angry. We dominated the show, the station competition. Overall, I'd say, was it our best week of shows? No. That's a high bar. Was it a good week of shows? Yeah. Don't want to jinx tomorrow, but all of us work the whole week. Jason's always missing time, you know, been all the time.
Yeah.
I'd like to buy us breakfast tomorrow again.
Oh.
I like that. So I'm saying find a spot. I mean, we can always go back to the old spot. But if there's a different spot, because I like that. I like the way that worked last time. You find it, you order it, and then I Venmo. That worked out. So I feel a little bad about not bringing in the beef stew today. And according to Amazon, I don't get the new Tupperware till tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, I know.
Delayed.
I know.
Chris, I trust you. I know you will pick something good.
What do you think you want to order, Jason?
Well, we don't have to take orders now,
Yeah.
do we?
No, I trust you to pick a good place. I'll be able to find something.
Okay, I think something like
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 100 tater tots, 100 pizzas, 100 tenders, 100 meatballs, 100 coffees, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pancakes, 55 pasta, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.
Yeah, and add another one. Two of those.
And a Frosty.
Yes.
That sounds like one of my orders.
With a Diet Coke.
When I was like 20, when I was 22, I was living in Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
They had a White Castle out there. You
breakfast at White Castle.
You get a lot of food at White Castle, dude.
Are you going to get biscuits and gravy again?
It depends on where you. I got a feeling Chris is going to mix it up tomorrow. I don't know this, and promise.
I actually know like a spot that has an amazing breakfast burrito.
That's literally what I was going to say. I said I have a feeling Chris is going to go a little Latin tomorrow. I had the feeling.
I go a little Latin every day.
That's a good point. And by the way, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
Get a breakfast burrito at least twice a month at the taqueria by my house. We get 4. We eat them if we can, the whole thing. Usually not, and we're not hungry again until about 6.
Yes.
Thing's a freaking 3-pound log, and I just still don't know. That is another thing that where like there's like Mexican superpowers.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is one, dude. I wish I could learn. I fully believe that there is no way that the caucasity in me will ever be able to manage. I don't care what tortilla I'm using or wrap. I don't care how warm it is. I've watched the YouTubes. I've followed everything, dude. I promise you. I have watched so many YouTubes on how to wrap a burrito.
Oh, really?
I can do it, but I've watched them. They put a 3-bedroom house in this tortilla and wrap it. And there's like no leaking.
Yeah.
There's not like a corner sticking out that the egg's going to squirt out of. It's perfectly tapered at both ends, which, as you both know, is a phenomenal thing. It's perfect. And then they wrap it in the tin foil.
Beautifully wrap it.
Beautifully wrap it. And then you get home, you just cut it in half and peel back, eat it. My mark of a good taqueria place, by the way, you got to have a good salsa bar. And they have a phenomenal one.
Yeah.
They have one where like they mix
chips and salsa are it. If it's not good there, then you're like,
I always offer to pay extra for an extra bag for chips because I'll fill one with chips and napkins, and then the other is all little to-go salsas. But I'll get a couple spicy, a couple regular, and then they have this like sour cream with like little chunks of jalapeno, and then an avocado, like a green kind of watery one.
Oh, that's if you get like sort of like a creamy one.
Oh, it's so thick.
Excuse me.
Which is how I like it.
Yeah.
Kings Warriors tonight. You can hear that right here on Sacktown Sports. No TV locally. Unless you want to watch TNT, which fine.
I guess they just have to go to the game because I'm sure they're flying to Phoenix right after.
Who?
Like Katie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a good question to ask.
No, I think he's right. I think, they're going to fly out right after. So they got to.
I mean, it's back-to-back. They play tomorrow night in Phoenix.
They got to go and bring their bags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they probably went. I think they left yesterday. I think they stayed in the Bay.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
You're right. They got them with them.
Mm-hmm.
Probably already turned them in. Ready to go. We'll check in with them.
Yeah.
Lakers, Bucks. We don't really care, right? It's just a good basketball game, probably.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're looking at the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spots, but that changed again. I think Memphis is now the 2.
Dude.
So Memphis, LA, Houston, Denver. It's all shuffling.
They're all mushed together. You got the Grizzlies, the Nuggets, the Lakers, and the Rockets are all within a game of each other.
Yeah.
You have the Nuggets and Grizz at 12 back of the Thunder.
Who's technically 2 just based on?
Well, they're both 42 and 24.
Who do they list higher?
The Grizzlies.
Maybe they have
the tiebreaker. Then you have the Lakers a half game behind them. And then you got the Rockets a game behind them, and then the Warriors are like, here we come.
Yeah, that's why, again, I think the only thing we know, is especially where the Kings are, is that if they get in at 8, you're getting OKC. And that's what I think you're trying to avoid, if you can, but
I don't like that call.
Yeah, not a very good call.
I mean, that's really where it's at. Now, I will say this, and I don't want to go out on a limb here. If the Kings make the first round, they win the play-in, and they're in the first round, and they beat the Thunder, that's a successful season. Even if they lose in the next round, Jason.
Yeah. That's why the end is really what I think determines the success or not of the season, how it ends.
I think so. I think that's going to determine a lot of what happens in the offseason, too, obviously.
Absolutely.
Do you run this back? Who's running it back? What happens to Doug? What's going on with Monty and Wes and the whole front office? Is DeMar here? Is he gone? Is Sabonis light? My goodness, it's either going to be, I don't think there's going to be a middle. I think it's either going to be an incredibly busy offseason for the Kings where a lot of things look different come October, or it will be not and very boring. I don't know that there's going to be, the only way I could see that is maybe Doug, they sign Doug, they keep everything the same, and DeRozan goes.
Yeah.
That's about as middle of the road as I could see.
That's why it gets back to how does it end? If it feels like it ends, quicker than they thought, maybe you need to do way more in the offseason, and maybe it's more of a drastic offseason.
Well, you don't want Sabonis gone, obviously, because even with him gone for a week, it gives the lineups a little bit of a challenge. Here's Doug Christie talking about those lineups with no Domas.
I've always been of the mindset that injuries they're a bad thing for the individual, but for the collective team, normally they strengthen you because guys get opportunities. We learn how to play. We see different avenues. We see different solutions to problems. And by the time they come back, we're stronger as a unit. So there was a lot of good. I thought Jake jumped off the screen and did a really good job. Jonas has been spectacular. Keon continues to do Keon things. And, excuse me, even our rookie DC, he got in and he played well. I like what I saw, his aggressiveness, his defense, all that different stuff. He doesn't probably get that opportunity if everyone stays healthy. So I think it makes us a better team and unit sometimes when guys get hurt, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Good. I agree. I think it makes a very salient point about strengthening the rest of the team.
Sure. It tests some things. You figure out some other ways that, look, they won a few games without Sabonis, which I think was already a boost. I didn't know that they were going to be able to get any. And if we think about where this team was a couple months ago, had he been hurt without Valanciunas, I just think they had no chance to win games. So, you hope that you're better off for all of this.
Couple of developing stories we're keeping an eye on currently. ACC tournament quarterfinal, 26-12, 17-15 Georgia Tech over the Duke Blue Devils.
Yeah, Duke just missed another three. They're 0 for 13. It's March.
Number one Duke getting pantsed
at the moment
by Georgia Tech. We'll keep you posted on that. The Tampa Bay Rays will not proceed with the development of a $1.3 billion baseball stadium, according to principal owner Stuart Sternberg. Quote, after careful deliberation, we have concluded we cannot move forward with the new ballpark and development project at this moment. A series of events beginning in October that no one could have anticipated led to this difficult decision. Our commitment to the vitality and success of the Rays organization is unwavering. We continue to focus on finding a ballpark solution that serves the best interests of our region. Now, not there yet. I just want to put it on people's radar. I think Sacramento weirdly might actually have a better chance at that team than they do the team that's already here. I could see a play where Sacramento sells out these 3 years. The A's do go to Vegas. And I don't know how the hell that Rays thing is going to resolve itself. However, the objections still stand. Number one, the Giants are going to have something to say about that. Number two, you've got to figure out, they'd have to realign at least a couple of teams. Number three, who the hell's buying the Rays? But you got to think the Rays ain't going to be worth a ton of money. Comparatively.
Sure.
If you will. We'll take a break. When we come back, crosstalk with Alan Stiles, celebrity birthdays. We wrap up the program next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back, He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. It's cold, and American Energy wants you to stay warm and make sure your system's operating safely. Here's the deal. A $49 tune-up inspection, which is regularly $119. That's a full safety and duct inspection. But guess what? If your system's over 10 years old, the tune-up is on them. That's right. It's free. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. And if you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Oh, by the way, breaking news, they're hiring right now. Here's the deal. They'll train you, full benefits, generous incentive-based pay. Just call today for more details at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Not only great deals from American Energy, but possibly a new career for you. Check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Mosley here. Thursday's Toyota Tahoe Report calls for midweek pow. And let me tell you, it's top-notch. If you're around, you're scoring. Grab the keys to your Toyota and get dialed in for an epic day.
Thanks, Johnny. The heavy snow will taper off and give way to cloudy skies during the afternoon. A high near 30 degrees and snow accumulating 1 to 3 inches. Tonight will be a low of 19 and cloudy with snow showers developing after midnight. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Get ready, NorCal. The Lodi Beer Festival and State Barbecue Championship is back Saturday, April 26th at the Lodi Great Festival grounds. With craft beers from over 50 breweries, there will be something for everyone. Check out all the vendors, play some cornhole, and dance to the live band. Plus, watch over 30 barbecue teams battle it out for top prizes. Tickets are $40 in advance, $50 at the door, with exclusive VIP tickets available. Get yours now at greatfestival.com. Must be 21 and older to attend. Lodi Beer Fest, where great beer meets legendary barbecue.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Save Mart and McKee Brothers Plumbing and Rooter Incorporated. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Oh, wow. We've got a possible developing story going on in the ACC tournament quarterfinal. We just told you Georgia Tech is up 26-17 on number one Duke. And speaking of number one draft pick to be, Cooper Flagg, was down on the floor in a heap. He was holding, not a knee, he was holding, it looked like his either ankle or lower shin.
Yeah.
and he got up. He got up. He's limping around. He's now he punched the chair and then sat down in it. I'm going to go out on a limb here, Jason, because you always want to speculate with injuries.
It's always smart.
I'll bet you it was like one of them, like you ever bang your shin and it hurts so bad. It's like stubbing your toe.
Yeah, but it was weird. I saw the play. He got the rebound and then lost the ball. Like when he landed, lost the ball and it just went out of bounds. And then I thought, did he have a misstep? But yeah.
Well, it looks like they're dealing with his calf a little.
Yeah, Duke just had another player before that went to the locker room. Looked like his arm was just hanging down. Like it looked like he did something to his shoulder or something.
Well, they're working on flags left.
Shut him down. Shut him down.
All right, now.
I'm not kidding.
You're not kidding?
No.
I mean, this guy said he might even go back.
Now he has to, right? Hashtag unfinished business. Oh, he just said bleep.
Yeah, he is.
He said bleep?
He said he literally said bleep. Wow. Yeah, he's in a lot of pain there on the
bleep this.
Alan Styles. Wow, Alan Styles. Wow.
What's the problem?
Not losing. Wow, that is. You're right.
Video doesn't do it justice.
It really. Yeah. Let me take a look here. Does it? Yeah, I believe you, Chris.
It is not that bright.
It does not do it justice. You're basically wearing a highlighter. I'm not saying it looks great.
It's not. You should have seen me in high school. This is not that bright. No.
I'm just saying that is bright.
Did you draw S's in high school?
Oh yeah,
with the 3 lines.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
I don't know what that is.
What the hell?
And then I would turn it into a clown, a jester.
Hold on. I'll draw one. Alan, you draw one, and then we'll compare them and show them.
Okay.
All right. Here, draw it.
I just was doing this with my daughter, actually. There we go. Wow, nice rundown. Printing out and everything.
Of course, we're very. That's why I always say
Flag's going to the locker room.
Flag. Oh, he's
shut him down.
Flag is not putting.
See, I turned mine
weight.
into a jester.
He is not putting any weight on.
I turned mine into a jester.
He's being carried off.
But the normal one is just.
He cannot put weight.
I still don't know what it means. Hopefully, it's not anything.
That's not good. Okay, here's the play. He comes.
That's a bad one.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's an ankle.
I told you it was an ankle.
Oh, he came down on the other guy's foot.
I'm the ankle
and
guy.
his ankle and his leg made a
That's
L.
That's a normal.
You know what?
one.
My S looks awful. I'm not even gonna show you.
Oh.
It's a
Okay,
normal
let me see. That looks like
I have a jester one and then a normal one.
it looks like an infinity sign if you turn it sideways. This one looks. Is that what it's supposed to look like?
Yeah.
Okay, and this one looks like looks like somebody got drunk and tried to draw the Saints logo.
That's my jester one.
Yeah, okay.
That's my remix.
That's what kids did.
Yeah, all day
The 90s.
in social studies.
Yeah, guess what, dude? What
With 2 S's.
you know what
That's right.
you know what we used to do? We grab a calculator and we put 8008 in there. And you turn it upside down, it spells boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my last name starts with S, so I would use that S and then do the rest of my name.
And it ends with S.
And it ends with S, but that's a lot of work.
All right, I got a question.
Oh.
And I want a really honest answer out of you. This is a safe space.
Okay.
Did you ever draw and or create a bio of yourself? Like little Alan Styles, like drawing you at the plate, and it says like in bubble letters, the hit doctor underneath. No?
No. I didn't know where that was going.
I didn't either.
Just asking if you
I apparently did because my mom showed it to me like a few years ago, and I had zero knowledge of it. Like a little comic book type
you
of
did
thing.
like you drew you and you put the hit doctor underneath.
Yes, exactly. Word for word.
You know what? I don't know really how to break down this, and I know we got to go quick here, but you know what? It doesn't bug me. Don't get me wrong, right? But when the commercial with Justin Herbert, where it says, when I'm older, I'm going to be an NFL player, right? Or I'm going to be an NFL quarterback. Is the cool part about that he actually did it? Because everybody does it, but he actually did it, right? Like how many kids wrote that and they just didn't have it? I'm saying, right? Like he worked hard to get there. I'm not saying that, but every kid does it, but every kid doesn't look like Justin Herbert.
That's true.
So are you saying is the cool part that he did it, or it sounded like there was a choice we were going to be given? Or
I
you
guess
just
when I
think it's
watched
cool
that,
he
I'm
did it?
thinking, I guess it's cool that he did it, but every kid does it, so you're gonna find someone who wrote it and actually did it.
Yeah, no,
It's
that's
not like he's the only person that wrote it. He did it, and I guess that's the cool thing.
Yeah.
When everybody writes, I'm going to be an NBA player. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that.
Didn't we just see Ahmed and Osar Thompson have like a second grade assignment? I know this is out there, like a second grade assignment. They were talking about how they're going to be NBA players together,
Right?
Do all this,
and
stuff.
that's really cool. But you don't necessarily get to. Some of it is obviously by hard work, but you do have to get a little lucky in
Very true.
some areas too. But it is cool that you
genetic areas.
You knew you got lucky, I guess. So you knew you were going to get lucky. You know,
I thought I was going to be first baseman for the Giants.
You got the now you have no excuse because you got the build.
Yeah,
you know what I
we're
mean?
number 22.
Yeah.
You've got no excuse for being a starting first baseman
No,
for
he
the San
doesn't.
Francisco
Not me.
Giants.
No, he doesn't.
No, I was on my way in 4th grade, and then I grew, and then I had trouble keeping up with the pitches.
Sometimes, you see people working somewhere.
There was a Major League Baseball first baseman that you did go to school with that probably stopped you from doing it.
Honestly, I wanted Derek to get the spotlight.
It was you or Derek Lee.
But you know
let
what?
Derek have it.
Guess what? Derek's never done. He's never had an assisted triple play.
Sometimes I'll be in Golden One, and I see guys working there that are taller than some guys on the Kings. I'm thinking we need a wing.
Right.
Get out there.
3-and-D.
3-and-D. What's your J look like?
What is your okay? We got to do celebrity birthdays. Right to it. I'm just curious. What is your cutoff for tall? Because I feel like
Well, for that,
yeah, no,
for
no,
that
like,
is your height.
Where you look at somebody and go, they're tall.
Oh, just in so not athlete, not you should be in
I'm
the
saying,
league
like,
tall.
For you, is it like? Would you say like?
I mean,
6
I would say
foot?
6.
6 foot is
Yeah.
6 foot and above is tall.
Yeah, that's like a.
So I'm tall.
Yes,
Chris is
I would
tall?
say.
Jason's tall.
I would say, but nowadays, I've heard my buddies have told me about the dating apps. Apparently, 6 is not even tall enough anymore.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who these.
I need at least 6'1".
Right.
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 Celebrity birthdays. Jason Ross brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Yum yum for tall people, short people, and everything in between. Crumble Cookies. Yum yum. What? I said everybody.
I don't like that.
This date, in what year did the movie My Cousin Vinny?
Now here's a Chris.
That was in the golden age.
It's between 2 years.
Yeah, I'm going to say 92.
Not that one though.
No.
I think it's 1991.
I'm going 91. I'm just take a cheapie.
All right, we have a correct answer, and it goes to Carmichael Dave,
No,
1992.
the one time.
Movie experts.
Yes.
The one
Carmichael
time.
Dave.
Wow.
Great movie.
Got on the wrong wagon.
Hey,
I will never get on that
Today's
wagon
quote
again.
of the day. No,
I feel
not that year.
I failed today
Outside.
because My Cousin Vinny is top 10. movie
Right.
movie.
That's going to live with you for a while.
Never
Happy
again.
birthday. You wanted to play first base for the Giants?
I did.
Happy birthday today to Will Clark.
Oh, you got this.
Oh,
This is
come on,
Dave's guy.
Dave.
If Dave doesn't get
I'm not even going to
this,
say the
Dave,
number. I'm just
Dave.
going to say I agree with Dave.
you have to get this right. This is your idol.
What makes
Yeah.
you think I'm going to get it right?
You are.
I don't think so. Mm-hmm.
This would be like me not knowing that Nomar Garciaparra is 51 years old.
No, ma.
I'm going to be within a year.
You got to get it right.
We're
though.
all within a year.
First baseman, you know what to say.
You do know what they say.
Will
They're
Clark.
always the age you think.
Will Clark is 60. How do I not have his? I know what high school he went to. How do I not have his birthday memorized? He went to Jesuit High School, Louisiana.
He's slow playing.
6. No, I'm not. God damn it. How old was he when he was a rookie? Is the problem? 62.
Just saw him actually on social media. 61.
62.
We have a correct answer,
I'm off by a year.
and it goes to Alan Stein.
Come on, baby.
It was between two. I was trying to do the math.
Come
He is
on,
the hit
baby.
doctor.
He is the hit doctor.
Try to tell you.
He is the hit doctor. That's worse than my
That
cousin.
was
That's
terrible.
That's worse. That's worse than my
I didn't want
cousin.
to fall.
That's worse than my cousin Vinny. You missing that?
Yeah, you guys
Just-
didn't have your Wheaties, huh? Sam Amick came on, and Dave, you're too much in the chat. I saw.
You're in the chat. I saw.
Mhm.
All right. Alan Styles coming up next. He's going to preview tonight's Kings Warriors game and so much more. You got a lot of stuff coming up. Alan is bright and bushy tailed. Look at that. Now,
Round table coming up.
Yeah,
all
like
your
that.
faves.
Okay.
Yes.
He's going to do that for you all now.
The Sacramento Kings